Okay, it's live. Hello. Welcome to the season 2 pilot of Crit for Friendship, cycle 2.
Season 2 pilot.
Uh, yeah, it's weird how that works now. Okay, so we decided we're just gonna start whole new characters, and we'll revisit what happened to the old guys eventually. Don't worry. But we have new characters. Not everyone's here today. Unfortunately, Tyler and Alicia both had things that were more important than this silly fantasy game. So,
Have lives.
like lives, right? Real lives, which is what nerds.
We wallow on death. I mean, I do. Because we'll get to that.
Okay. So I got everyone's character sheets up here. All right. Yeah, I do. Okay, cool. So let's start. Let's start by introducing ourselves. I guess like our new characters. Let's start by introducing the new hotness. I'm still the DM, so that's not changing.
He's the Damon.
I'm
Who's
the
going first?
you, because you are.
Yeah, so who's on
there.
first?
My character's name is Vermilion. He is an Aasimar, which is like a kind of like an angelic kind of creature. But he was abandoned by like his birthing tribe. Like he wears these scars on his face that sign that symbolize that he's cursed. So like as soon as they found that out, they pretty much cast him like Moses style into a river in a bonnet, and then he was picked up by like a handmaiden of a king, who, upon learning that he was an Aasimar, decided that he was going to groom him to be his
So it all worked out in the end.
yeah, like
You go from being a Podunk village to being a prince, basically. Yeah, sure.
yeah. So he's going to groom him to be a successor to his like his throne, because he's like sterile and can't have kids. So yeah, that's his way of like, he thought it would be like a pretty good like stand-in for him, because he's like, oh, it's a like an angel type thing, that'll work. But unbeknownst to him, Vermilion does not like nobles from the little time that he was supposed to be like groomed to be a noble. So he pretty much like hates everything that they do with like upper crust society. Like he tries like willingly like rejects it. So like so much so that he ran away from this kingdom and is out to what he sees is go like have some real life experiences instead of just learning about debutante balls and dances and all types of fancy like banquets and stuff. He wants to have real experiences. So
Right. Okay.
that's where he is.
He's gonna die in a abandoned bus in Alaska.
Yes. That's how this story ends. Spoilers. Jordan, tell us about Datura.
I am Datura of the Grave Sands. I come from a desert tribe. We operate out of the remains of slain beasts. That is where we live. I don't like living in the desert, so I turned 18, joined a mercenary group, but now their house is in disrepair, and I would like if we weren't the tribe of the Grave Sands, maybe the Grave Forest, maybe the Grave Beach.
Yeah, maybe the Grave Casino Hotel and Resort.
As long as there's graves somewhere, Datura's okay with it. Just not the desert. He's sick of the desert.
Maybe the Grave Disney World.
Literally wants to change the scenery.
Grave Parkview, Chicago, like, or whatever the nice part of Chicago is. I forget. Lakeview Drive. That sounds right. That's okay. That's Datura. Now we have Raul's character, who I named Chibi Nyarlathotep, but I don't know what his actual name is. So
I think I'm gonna stick with Nurgle.
Nurgle, okay.
It's not exactly appetizing.
So Nurgle he's a half elf. He's a warlock, and his whole thing is that many years ago, he's lost count how many. He was a regular guy who feared his own mortality to the point that he spent all of his time finding a way to cheat death. And he was so obsessed with it he traveled the globe essentially, trying to go with different like wizards and other warlocks and shit like that, trying to find a way to cheat death that didn't involve already dying, like necromancy and shit like that. And his travels eventually got him into contact with the Great Older One, who formed a pact with him. So the Great Older One has given him a blessing to cheat death, but now he has like this eternity of servitude to this other being, and his entire life has become centered around that. So now he has to live essentially this eternity that he's been given, serving this other being, or risking actually dying and being tortured by this other being.
So your choice was you can live forever, but you gave up your freedom, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
No sacrifices, just serving this one dude.
That's
Well,
it's Cthulhu,
now,
so
hold
there's probably
on.
gonna be sacrifices.
Hold on.
Alright.
So, and the way we've figured it works out is that when you do die, this Great Old One just puts your consciousness or soul or whatever back into a recently deceased body somewhere,
Yep.
which is up to me, if
Uh-huh.
that does happen.
Yes.
So I am Cthulhu.
Okay.
So yeah, if that ever happens, we'll work that out. The last but not least, certainly not least, is Zach. His character is also really interesting. So why don't you tell us about Ahmad?
I was going to pronounce it Ahmad.
Ahmad? Okay.
So, my character's name is Ahmad Al-Musafir. He is a bard. Specifically, he is a skeleton bard. Like, I looked this shit up as like a homebrewed species, and Devin approved it.
Mhm.
So the reason why Ahmad is a skeleton is like centuries ago, Ahmad was a regular flesh and bones person, not just bones, flesh and bones person. And like his deal is that he was an explorer. He was like Christopher Columbus for all you like fucking white people out there. But
It's
like,
the worst
we're cool.
explorer.
Okay, no, he's more like Ibn Battuta. That was what I was gonna say.
Sure, there you go. Much better.
Marco
person.
Polo or
Yeah.
Zhang He.
So he explored around the world, like traveling like with people, like various people, be they like soldiers or like nobles or merchants or whatever, and recorded what he saw, and use those to like compose his songs and poems that you bring back to like kings and stuff to hear about. And like on his last voyage, something happened that was like a big tragedy and or travesty, and the thing is it's been so long that he can't remember all the details, and part of it is like every time he comes back, because he can be destroyed, so in terms of character death, I can die, but but that requires me having to be reassembled over however many years that would take. It depends on how reduced I am. But anyway, he remembers less and less. But from what he could still put together, his last voyage involved some sorcerer taking him and his crew somewhere, and some big magical fuckery happened. And then he awoke in now this cursed state, where he is now cursed to find and discover everything in the world, literally everything, unless he can find a way to break the curse.
Right.
It's funny how me and Zach independently came up with a character who is very, 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 very old.
Yeah, I like how you all independently came up with characters that are trying to have a reason to go out and explore the world.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to like exploring, and now this is literally the only thing I can do, because fuck, I can't eat or
Right.
have sex or do anything else that is pleasurable in life.
Right. I mean, it's you and Rebel had have very like deep ingrained reasons to explore, I guess, and like explore the world, and like Raul's got to do whatever his things. But like David and Jordan are just like trying to get out there and find something else.
Let me enroll on the up spectrum. Like Aurel's trying to like
I'll
live
be back
forever.
60
I'm
seconds.
trying
trying to fucking die.
Right? There's that.
This
dichotomy
shit
too.
sucks. I
like
want to
that.
die.
You guys
I
gonna
like
have a
that.
really interesting conversation. Like your characters should be able to have a really interesting conversation.
I am so happy that even what Alicia has told me of hers eventually, and Raul's characters, how those conversations are gonna go. I'm excited. But yes, yeah, that's the new crew right now. That's the episode 1 characters. More people are gonna come in eventually, but hopefully. But yeah, I guess we've got everyone introduced. I'm the DM. I'm everyone else. So if you hear my voice,
Yay! Now give us all of their backstories and
oh, you'll get them. So yeah, let's start, I guess. Right?
sure.
Everyone good to start?
Yes.
Okay. So y'all, okay, this is important. Who has dark vision? I know
I do.
I do.
you do. Do you, Zach? That's what I was wondering about. I think Nurgle does as well. I'm gonna start calling you by your character's name this cycle. I promise.
You can go with Chibi Narliftotep if you like that better.
No, I'll go with Nurgle. It's fine.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys, Jordan, Datora does not have. So he right now is completely blind. He sees nothing. Everyone with dark vision, you have, dim light vision, absolutely no light source, right? So that's what you're at right now. And even then, you don't see a lot. You see everyone else in the room, sort of slumped on the floor and just start groggily waking up. And you're in a dark, just no light sources, no candles, no sconces, nothing in the room whatsoever. You guys with dark vision, you can see one iron door, like a door made completely out of iron. No slits in it to give you food, no window into it, look in. It's an iron door.
Is it like the surface like rock, or I mean the ground like the
You are
walls
in
around us?
stone.
Okay.
The ground is like just dirt and stone, basically.
Dang it! I knew I should have bought a shovel.
Like, is everyone like waking up like they've been knocked unconscious or something?
Everyone's been waking up as if they've been knocked unconscious or something. You are
Yeah, it's like I
rebuilding
can't sleep or
yourself,
be
I
knocked
guess.
I can't sleep or be knocked unconscious. So like, how do you explain that?
I cast
You are-
daylight.
Okay. You can do that once a day, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So let's see here. You're casting daylight in this dark room, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just refresh myself here. I used to have every single spell in the book memorized, but it's been a year. So hold on. That's not true at all. 60-foot radius sphere of light, centers of point. Okay, so now it's really fucking bright in this room because it's not 60 feet wide.
No.
It's about.
So
I'm
I've
trying to
like essentially
like,
blinded
it's like-
everyone that couldn't
It's
see.
like
That
It's
could
shoved
about-
in a closet.
10 by 15 feet wide
Oh.
dimension. So it's like, did you blind anyone? I need to see if that's a thing. No, you're fine.
Okay.
Is it too bright for us to actually see?
No.
I think it's just like normal daylight. So it's like
It's
it's
just
Alright.
like
the
it's just like
outside.
it looks like the sun. This is like the sun is in this room, but not like So yeah, now you can see for sure. It's just the four of you guys in the stone and dirt room with the iron door that has no sort of out facing holes in it whatsoever.
All right, I'm gonna glance around the room and see if I see anything. See what I can see.
Do we have
Okay.
our equipment?
Yes,
Oh, okay. That makes it even easier.
you have everything that you told me you had in your character sheets.
All right. I think I'm gonna pull out the.
Let me answer David's concerns real quick. So Vermilion, you look around the room, and again, yeah, there's nothing. Like you don't see. Like I mean, no, you should roll perception, but I'll just tell you right now, there's nothing to be seen
I
here
got an
except
8.
these other 3. Cool. Yeah, not a damn thing. It's just it is a bare room.
Wait, do I see the skeleton man?
See the
And
skeleton
what's my
man start.
deal? Like, how do they stuff me in here?
And I'm like,
You're not. I mean, you're not bound. You're not. You don't have like anything holding you. You start to like, I guess, rebuild yourself as if you had gone to 0 hit points and are like fixing yourself.
So they just like reduce me to a pile. Somehow.
They reduce you to a pile somehow, and now you are. And you can all do. I don't know. I guess it would be investigation checks. I'm not sure what or like just wisdom checks to see like what you can remember before getting in this room.
I like
I'll do
black jawly grab Nurgle and like point his head at the skeleton that's rebuilding himself in the room and don't say anything. I just kind of look there like mouth agape as it happens. Like,
Alright, like as I'm like reconnecting stuff, like
oh, he cut out.
Jordan did too. Jordan just left.
Oh.
I am just gonna look at the skeleton on the gravity building and so be like, just another fucking Tuesday.
I'm picturing the scene in Futurama too, where Bender puts his arms back together and it's like, yeah,
He just
and it's like he puts
arms on.
screws his one on and then uses that one to screw the other one on. And Fry's like, I'm not even gonna ask how that happened.
How the hell did you do that?
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
So many questions.
Hey, I'd like to use primeval awareness. I meditate for 1 minute, and I sense any beasts or elementals within 5 miles and know what direction they're in.
Okay. Is that after you meditate?
I have to meditate for 1 minute. That's
Okay.
after it, and then I know where that is. I just know where they are.
Okay. So you just sort of sit there cross-legged and start to like meditate and start to feel around for any sort of beasts or elementals. When a minute passes, I'll tell you what you find.
Okay.
It's probably gonna be nothing.
I want to know if I'll let everyone else see if they want to do anything while you're doing that.
I want to pull out the wand of spells and I want to check if there's any traps or anything that we're missing in here.
The Wand of Secrets.
Wand of Secrets, sorry, yes.
Okay, so you're using up one of the charges on that. You only get 3 a day.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
I stand up and like look at the skeleton and extend my hand. Like, my name's Vermilion.
Zach.
I guess he does nothing.
He
I'm kind of
was
just
has
cutting
no
out
job
weird
on that.
earlier.
all right. So I just kind of like put my hand out and just put it behind my head. Like, yeah, stuck in here for a while.
The wand has your case. You're holding it. Any secret doors or traps within 30 feet of you. So, Nurgle,
Yes.
you use the Wand of Secrets, and there's nothing. Oh, Zach left. Cut out or something. You don't see anything in this room, but there are like wards or something outside of this room you can see.
hello.
Hello?
Hear me now?
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there is
Yeah,
something
like,
outside of the
It
door.
seemed like I don't know why. Like I wasn't dropped, but you all act like I was dropped.
I don't. You
Like I
also.
said,
Like, I don't know. It was weird. Like your voice dropped for some reason. So who knows? It kept saying you were muted too. So. So, yeah, Datora is still meditating. Now that you're back, Vermilion put his hand up to shake your hand and said, "My name's Vermilion." Ahmad.
Oh, it's like Charms. I'm Ahmad. I'm sorry you had to see me this way.
Oh, wait. Do you wear clothes? Do you need to wear clothes?
I mean, most people see me in clothes first. I assume that's the same with everyone else.
I mean, yeah. Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Your clothes are there with you if you want to put them on, or however that works.
I've been putting them on, like in like
Okay.
in like I wrap like my turban around the way that like my face is veiled and stuff. It's like this is like so like Yeah, this side I would normally walk around so people don't just see a skeleton everywhere.
That makes okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Who has the best passive perception here?
Definitely not me.
And like while I'm dust myself off, it's like it's don't worry, I've been in tighter spaces than this, believe me.
Oh, that's probably actually Datura, and he's napping.
Only for a minute.
Yeah, well, it's happening now, boy.
All right.
Oh, you would probably still, because you're like concentrating and shit. So, so you finished your meditation, Datura, and you were looking for what was it, beasts and elementals?
Yes.
Yeah,
A lot
there
of them?
are a lot
Well,
of beasts and elementals
Are they fantastic?
around you. How far does that go again?
5 miles.
5 miles. Oh,
Ooh.
yeah. Then you see them all. There is a veritable zoo or like army and they all seem to be within a mile of
Menagerie.
you.
All right. I suddenly awake from my meditation and just go, we're all fucked. There are so many beasts. We are in a zoo.
Hold on.
Hi, I'm Datura.
oh,
Oh, Ahmad.
right.
That's Vermilion. I don't know who that guy is.
Oh, so okay. Guess what? That passive perception roll don't matter to a 20.
So I'm gonna ask you, like, so you can sense that there are beasts around us, like
Yes.
close to us. What makes
Yes.
what makes you think it's a zoo?
I said it's a zoo.
Shit. Ignore that. That didn't happen. So what do you think that means?
Well, we are trapped in a room with no windows and a metal door, and there are beasts all around us.
At this point, I'm gonna choose to speak up and be like, "There's also 2 wards outside the door guarding us."
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed that.
No, that's not something. That's not
That's
something.
something
you're-
he
No, that's the
Yeah.
first time like I did that earlier and just kept it to myself until now.
Oh.
So
Is
me
there a
as
crack?
character decided to interject and say, "There's 2 wards outside guarding us."
Can I check and see if there's a crack under the door, or is it like flush?
Yeah, do investigate.
Um,
Which is intelligence based, so I'm not sure where you're at.
I'll do an investigation. check.
-1. Yeah.
yeah.
4 plus whatever. Never mind.
All right, that's a D20,
You don't-
right?
One second.
All right.
This is an interesting start to this game.
Yeah. Trapped in a cell.
It's a nice way to get us all introduced to each other. Like, hey,
Hey,
we got nothing else to do.
depending on if this door is flush or not, I might be releasing 30 gallons of water. Just warning.
Sounds like it would be bad.
Okay. It is airtight.
I'm gonna say that you shouldn't do that.
It is not airtight, but like it is almost completely flush to the ground.
Because then it'll just be a mod living around in a bunch of water, or our corpses float towards the top.
Oh, the room's not that tall.
No.
Yeah, it's only 30 gallons. Come on.
30 gallons would not flood this room.
But then it's just gonna be damp, and I don't like
Yeah,
that.
that's just. I'm not sure what your plan is, but if you want to do it, be my guest, I guess. No, okay. So you all are just trying to figure out what's going on, and none of you hear anyone come to the door or anything like that while you're doing this. Until about 20 minutes pass while you're all looking for a way out or what the hell's going on. And you do hear the sound of a very loud metal clunk
Ugh.
at the door. And a sound of iron scraping against iron. And then you see the door starts to move and you hear the sound of iron scraping against stone all around the door. It's like the entire door again is just and just flush with the wall. There's no real way to get anything in or out. And it's not pushing, it's not on a hinge, it's sort of pushing out towards the outside of the room, and then it sort of recedes to the left into almost like a cavity for the door. And in walks
Wait, 1 second. Before like they walk in,
Okay.
I want to do something.
Okay.
First off, my weapon. I want to have my weapon drawn.
Okay.
So like I'm ready for anyone to attack. And second, I want to cast minor illusion. Wait, let me see how big this is. Okay, actually no, never mind. That won't work. I was thinking like I cast minor illusion just to make it look like there's like a brick wall in front of them when they open the door, and this would be like, wait, what the fuck? But I can't make it that big.
So
Okay.
It has to be 5 by 5 feet.
Vermilion like puts his head to the side, and you see him like whisper to something, and that's all he does.
Okay. If you're gonna whisper to who I think you're whispering to, you should like send me a message.
Yes, it is that.
Okay. But no, in walks a figure about 5'8" let's say, wearing a dark robe, almost black, but like on like a purple or blue, but to the point where it's almost black, embroidered with silver designs all the way up and down, and wearing a silvery mask with a man. It has a man's face on it. With the eyes are bright white, like it almost looks like they're glowing. David, do you remember the things with the branders from Dark Souls 3?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking of.
Okay.
But with like an embroidered silver robe, and like they, and the robe again doesn't have any like armholes. There's no arms sticking out. It's just sort of covering their entire body, and they are flanked by two figures that are about 7'5", and
Can't teach that.
covered head to toe in like thick plate with giant halberds on them. And they are also wearing helmets that have glowy eyes, and their eyes are glowing red.
Okay.
And she just walks, they just walk straight into the middle room, and the figure in the robe speaks with a woman's voice and says, "Oh, good, you're up.
Hello.
Hello."
Hi.
Why are we in here?
Well, and she you can see her head sort of lilt, like she's thinking about something. Well, allow me to be direct, because time is short. We
Tell me about it.
That's funny because your clothes are from 500 years ago. I get it.
Not. I could buy more recent like fabric.
I know. I'm just picturing you wearing like a conquistador's outfit in 20th century New York.
Wait, what? What?
I don't know why. That's like the mental image I'm getting. You're still wearing like outdated clothes or something because you're just a skeleton from that time. But I know that's not true. She said time is short. We acquired you on your travels because we are looking for a group of people to assist us in finding a very dangerous man.
When she says acquired, I do like the air quotes around her. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and speak up and be like, what makes you think we're to be acquired?
Well, you're here. We got you. We did acquire you, and you're in this room now.
so who's this dude?
Okay, this is out of character. This is in character knowledge and out of character knowledge here we're talking about, right? You know
Yeah,
the
'cause
difference,
Well, you said that you were they
right?
they
I'm
got us
just
to find this man. That's why I'm asking like her who this guy is.
okay. I just want to bring that up before this. She says his name. He goes by a lot of names. I think most recently he is going by the name Roke, and one of the tall guys whispers in her ear, says Reich.
Oh, never heard of him.
That's lucky for you. He is intolerable, to say the least, but he is also very dangerous. And we were, our group, let's say, was trying to get together a group to go find him and basically bring him to justice one way or the other.
Now, why couldn't your group do this yourself?
We have been trying, but Reich is familiar with our group, which I will get to that in a moment. But he is familiar with almost everyone in it at this point, really.
You sound like great friends.
More like we have been in the same job for so long, you get to know everyone in your office and whatnot, even if you don't particularly like them or kind of want them to get fired one day. That's where we're at with him. Except instead of being fired, we would like him either brought here in chains or dead. We're not picky at this point.
So he's the Steve of this establishment.
He is such a Steve.
Fuck Steve.
God damn it, Steve.
Always eating everyone's lunches.
Never
And-
replaces the ink in the printer.
Never. And always forgets to refill the coffee. Every time. Every fucking time. It's not hard. You're the last one to empty anyway.
All right, so you want us to be the Terry Tate office linebacker to your Steve?
I don't get those references.
No one does. Not in this timeline. Not in this timeline anyway.
I'm sorry, you were talking in the character voice, so I think
I
we're
know.
playing fast and loose here.
Anyway, she says that we would like you to find this right character, and when you find him, let us know you found him. I would not advise you to take him on directly. We just need to know where he is, and we'll take it from there.
So what is our incentive to do this?
Again, let's be direct, because time is of the essence. I am the one who opened the door to this room, and I am also the one who can close it and walk away forever.
If you walk away forever, I'll just drown us. Like, you won't get
that's-
any use for us.
I
Okay.
mean, I'm not gonna drown.
I mean, I'll be
mean-
fine.
At this point, you might have noticed that the door doesn't have a food slot. So when I say that, I'm not
I'm good.
particularly worried about. Well, yes, but we'll handle you if it comes up. I'm not particularly worried about what happens to you
Look, run your bones to make
after
the
I
bread.
leave. You get that, right?
Yes, we get this.
Okay, cool. So you want?
yeah.
Okay,
I'm
I'll-
in.
All
I'm
right.
at least in.
Okay.
Will you be providing us any support, any weapons, any money, any transportation?
Transportation won't be a problem. Everything else, he can't. Reich cannot know we're helping you. So if he were to get wind that we were giving it anything, he would know it was us trying to look for him. He's not going to worry about. The skeletons disconcerting maybe, but not for him. Just that would be. And again, I believe I heard you say that'd be a strange Tuesday for him, to be certain, but he wouldn't necessarily be worried. The reason we cannot provide you with a lot of support as is right now, but maybe once we've got a location on him and he's more on our scent, that will be less of a concern.
What's his mode of killing us? Are we going up against somebody with magic or weapons?
Oh, there are so many ways, darling.
We need to prepare.
You do, and that's why we didn't take away your things.
Okay.
But we don't really have the means to give you anything right now. At
I've
this
got
moment.
this crowbar. Is that what he's weak to?
He is not weak to crowbar. No.
Is he weak to pitons or
Python.
grappling hooks?
He's, he is. He is
Like,
not. He is not a mountain.
belaying pins?
He's not a mountain. No.
All right, he's
What
not
else
the
I got
mountain,
here?
so
What else I
poison
got?
won't do anything to him. I'm
What
glad I
if-
brought the acid vials.
What about let's see, I got some like pens and paper. What will that hurt him?
You could write a really scathing. I guess let's go back anachronistic again. Yelp review of his favorite restaurant. That might hurt his feelings. I
Alright,
can't
let's start.
do anything else. But no, again, we don't want you to fight him. Put frankly, that would be suicide for the four of you. We just are trying to find him. And every group we've sent so far from our organization has either failed or failed and died. So
Okay.
we had the idea maybe we could get some contractors in, so to speak.
I mean, yeah. Statistically speaking, like your efforts are like have been 100% failure. So why try something different?
Right, exactly.
Does this man have an army?
I'll say no.
So he's working solo.
You will not have to worry about an army, no. Let's say that.
To go back to the past question, is he magical? Does he just
Yes.
have a ton of weapons? Okay, he's magical.
He's
All right.
uber magical, yes. Some might say the most magical you could be and not explode. So is everyone in this room on board with this plan?
It's that, or I'm going to drown everyone.
It's that, or you're going to kill everyone
look,
in this room?
I'm going to tell you, you're not
Right?
going to drown me.
Okay.
You can, yes. Please stop speaking for all of us.
I mean, add a character here. Like,
Yeah.
if he does this, then like he's only gonna drown.
Himself,
He's
yeah.
only gonna drown. He's only gonna drown Roll, and then Roll's gonna hop into David. So like, whatever.
Because I
Yeah,
have
it's like-
spider climb. I'm just gonna chill on the ceiling until he decides.
Yeah, you
It's
can
gonna
only
make a
make
mess.
30 gallons of water. Like,
That's not a whole lot, no.
no.
Per turn.
I'm so mad I let you have this thing now. God damn it. We talked about you making a goddamn character the one to drown everyone for fucking God. No. This is not the compromise we're going to reach. God damn it.
So the only one with odds of survival, the only ones not working are reading that.
No, realistically, you're all fine because he can't drown anyone with his dumb
Drown,
fucking
yeah.
canteen.
It's like he's just gonna pour out this thing of water in like 4 more minutes. This is gonna be a real problem.
Everything's coming up the middle house.
Unless we just sit there and just let him pour water continually in the room we're in without just walking out of the door and agreeing to this thing, then we'll have a problem.
All right, so like, back to what's actually happening. Like during this whole time, I've just been like sitting in the corner playing my oud, like with the little tuning it or whatever. And I look up and say like, well, it's a thing to do.
It is a thing to do. That is not sitting in this room for eternity. And
Yeah,
I should say, if you make it back with a location that would lead to our finding him, you will be compensated.
Well,
But
that's what I was looking for.
But not until then. Understood?
This is not
Yeah.
a charity case.
When,
We do not
can
work for
we
free.
go? I don't like this room.
Yeah, okay, sure. Let's go. Everyone cool?
One more question about this guy that we're finding. Does
Okay.
he have any gigantic beasts?
Not that we're aware of.
Okay.
No. Let's
Alright.
say no.
What school of magic does he practice?
Oh, you're adorable. He No, a lot of them, let's say.
Montessori school, imagine.
All of them, let's say. In one capacity or another. It's complicated. Look, you just need to find him, okay? You will find someone who knows him.
Actual important questions. What does he
Yes.
look like? Because if we're gonna find this guy, I figure that's important.
Okay. He looks okay. Okay, I'm going to keep using this word as you asked about him. Last we checked, he was a human male, about yay tall. And she points like a little bit over her head, it's like 5'10" or something like that. Black hair, blue eyes, wearing just the gaudiest robes, the gaudiest, brightest robes you've ever seen in your lives. My goodness.
Are we hunting down Tyler?
No, you're not hunting down Tyler.
I've seen a lot of robes.
And I mean, other than that, I guess. And she starts to think. I'm trying to think of something that would definitely indicate this was him, besides his horrible attitude. And she snaps her fingers. Oh, he should have a very peculiar pair of glasses that he uses for his magical studies. If you ever see someone with these glasses, they are tri-lensed on each eye actually, and each of the three lenses is a different color. Three on the right are, let's say, yellow, blue, and orange, and the right are red, green, and purple. Let's say. We haven't got a definite answer, but that is definitely something we know he has, and it seems that seems like a very unique thing, you know. So if you ever hear of anyone with really goofy glasses that are three different colors,
got it.
right? Total nerd. But yep,
I mean, he's 8 eyes, Zach. Come on.
he does have 8 eyes at this point. Yeah.
I like try and walk past her and the two guys. Like I told you, I don't want to be in that room anymore. He's talking about drowning me in there. I don't.
They do stop you and like, are we good to go? Or
Yeah,
are we going
I
to...
told you I'm down. Just let me get out of here with this
She
crazy
looks
drown
past you
people jerk.
specifically at Totoro. Says, so are you cool with this?
Look,
or
let
do
us
you want
out
to stay
and
here and drown yourself?
Cool.
Okay. And she...
One's obviously preferable.
Right. She
Drown
sort of...
yourself, apparently.
She sort of starts to walk out of the room, and then the guards get out of the way to let you pass them. But she is leading the way.
Okay.
She is leading you down this hallway. And when you get out into this hallway, all of a sudden, it was fairly quiet in that room before. All of a sudden, it is just a cacophony of noises. Of noise. Just the animal shrieks and like sounds like magical blasts. And
I hate this so much.
suddenly, you start to realize, Totoro, you start to realize why you sense all these beasts and elementals when you see them outside. You actually are looking out into the wall that you came out of. The door was attached to that you came out of is just a wall of doors just like yours, iron doors, no way in, nothing in, that look like almost vault doors. They sort of like back out and then slide open. They don't hinge open. The other wall is an open cage to this giant arena-looking place that has several compartments. You can see in from the top that several cages with monsters of all sorts. You see griffins, you see manticores, chimeras. You see some dragons in there, some low-key, like not giant, gargantuan, colossal dragons, but some pretty huge dragons are somewhere. And it just seems to stretch on for as far as you can see. In both to your left, your right, and then also you looking out. Almost to the horizon of just, it looks like there are a bunch of cages and compartments that seem to be housing these magical things. And you sense the elementals. You see elementals out there that are seemingly like shackled and like somehow and just sort of sitting there stewing in their own elemental rage.
All my rage, I'm still just saying.
Look, getting drowned is way preferable to be eaten by any of these things. Okay.
So it's like so it's like Cabin in the Woods.
Basically. Basically, except you could just see them all.
God, I hate everything in here.
And so as you are being led by this woman down this hallway, that again seems to go on for quite some time. You feel like you were walking for about an hour.
Ugh.
Yeah, it sucks. Before you hit like the first wall of this place, and she gets to another door that is flanked by two similarly dressed, similarly huge guards that were following you, and they sort of had their halberds cross the door. When they see her approach, they stand at attention to let her go. She puts her hand up to the door and does something to it to open it. You don't really know. None of you are paying enough attention to see what she does, but it looks like there's some gears moving the door, and it slides open just like it was a vault door that opened your cell up. Like, I'm just gonna say it's a cell, right? We both know that was,
Yeah.
right? We all know. Okay. And she leads you into a fairly innocuous-looking office-type place that has chairs but has about actually not enough chairs for all of you. In front of this, 3 chairs in front of a desk where she goes to sit behind. Okay, so the skeleton sits down because it gets tired. She goes and sits behind the desk and invites you all. She invites you all to pick a seat. It's sort of it's like she was just gonna. She's oh, oh well, and sits at her desk and says, when the first 3 people sit down and the 4th one just sort of stands behind them. Keep in mind that there are 2 guards in this room as well. There were 2 guards on the other side. There are 2 guards in this room as well, and also the 2 that were following you still follow you.
So there's 6 guards in total.
There's 2 outside, 2 in here, and 2 right behind you at this point.
Okay.
And she says, so, I guess let's make this official. And she hands you all Stones of Far Speech, which on your travels at this point you're level 6. You're familiar with.
So Talkie Rockies.
Talkie Rockies, yes. I hate you, and I love that.
Don't you mean Rocky Talkies?
Yeah, that one I was thinking that too. But
Rocky Talkies works too. I kind of like Talkie Rockies. Anyway, this is about.
I take one of the Stones of Far Speech.
Okay, this is about as close to support as we can give you. This will. I'm sorry, but this will reach a. This will
what's
reach
the data plan on this thing?
in unlimited.
Oh, nice.
Completely
So,
unlimited. Yep.
Again, if we get caught, you'll disavow all knowledge of our doing.
If you get caught, those stones will disintegrate.
The sneaking
What
mission.
happens if we just don't come back?
Oh,
If you, I'm glad you.
why
I'm
did you ask
glad.
that?
Why?
We could have all just walked away. We could have all walked away. There's literally nothing keeping us here.
Game over.
It's like, so we all get outside and like, yeah, fuck her. I'm not doing that. It's like, yeah, the only leverage he had ended when we walked out of that door. So,
Jordan, I hate you.
It's like, 'cause I legitimately asked her, like, what happens if we like, she's like, oh, you'll be locked in here forever. I was like, all right, so if I get outside this door, I'll be fine.
That's not how it works, David. They were gonna do this to us whether we.
Were they?
Yeah.
We could have threw an ultimate swerve, like, get outside, like, we're gonna do this thing for you. Like, all right, where's the first lead? Like, we're not going there. Like, see you guys.
Like I said, no matter what happens,
Okay.
Zach and I are fine.
Okay. All right. Stop. So you asked that, Natura, and you do ask that. That's canon now. So get ready.
I meant in case we die.
Yeah, sure you did.
Mhm. Fuck pass.
If you die, that would be unfortunate for you. We might have cake in the lobby to sort of be like, sorry, this dude is leaving us, but better things for him in the next life. I don't know. We would not care particularly. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I like that. I like that other option.
Nothing to answer what I thought was your first question. Nothing is stopping you from leaving right now. Nothing. I mean, except the guards there certainly, and whatever else might be in these halls that would not want you to leave. But
But let me interject real quick. When she says nothing's stopping you, I want to start making my way to the door. The moment she says except these guards, I'm just gonna go ahead and walk back.
okay, when you do that, Nurgle, the two guards at the door level their halberds at you and just
"All right,"
and just
and walk
stare at
back.
you. She says, like I said, nothing is stopping you except the guards and the traps and everything in the halls. The only reason you got to this office in one piece is because I was with you, making sure nothing hurt you.
Okay, we're doing the thing.
Miles,
Just
So
get me out of,
take your damn rocks.
yeah. How do we get out of this monster? And I don't know what this thing is you've constructed.
Sorry,
With all these
guys.
terrible creatures.
I need some setup. I need some plot reasonings. I need some
Okay,
romance.
Okay, okay. Just 1 second here. Just take she gives you stone, and we can't brand you like new little soldiers. I just guess we'll
temporary tattoos.
I
We'll
would
be in
also like to
touch.
not be brand.
Right. I guess just stay in touch. If we don't hear from you for a while, we'll come looking to see what happened. But we'll be in touch. You try to stay in touch too. It's a team effort. Go team. But let's get you to the last place we knew that Reich was. And she fills out paperwork at her off. She fills out a paper at her on her desk and folds it up and puts it in her pocket. And she says, "Follow me," and takes you out another set of doors on another wall that leads to a very large. Well, at least to a hallway that's boring. You don't need to hear about it, but
It's a boring hallway.
a laboratory-looking place. There's a big arcane, fucking, the end of 13 Ghosts, even though the movie sucks, is that thing. I can't think of what it's called. Gyroscope, I think. And it's doing something sciencey and magical. There are people looking at scrolls. There are looks like Tesla coils going off in some port. It looks like that. And she says, "So this is how you're getting out of this place." And she points to the the gyroscope in the middle of the room, just a bunch of spinning rings that are spinning really, really fast. She says, "You're going to stand in there. You're going to close your eyes."
This is after the ring stops spinning, right? Then we're gonna stand in there.
I raise a finger and go like,
Where you want to go, and we'll tell you where you want to go. Okay?
Did you catch
Okay.
that, Dev?
Hmm?
Like when she says close your eyes, I raise a finger and go like,
I don't have eyes.
Does he not have
Cover your
eyes?
eyes.
Oh,
No,
you,
he's a skeleton. Yeah.
I get. Well, you can't throw up as a skeleton, so the thing with your
Okay.
eyes isn't going to be a problem. Let's say.
Tell us
This'll
what
be
you see,
interesting.
Ahmad.
Yeah. Okay, so she leads you to. She sort of has a follow me sort of walk to her, and she starts to walk towards this thing, which does start to slow down as she approaches it, and she hands that paper to one of a dragonborn person in robes that was walking around, and the dragonborn lady nods and goes to almost like a console, like a computer console type deal, but with
the
runes.
switch.
Yeah, the switch, and starts highlighting stones and runes in the thing, and gives her the nod, and then at this point the rings have stopped spinning, and she sort of leads you to the middle of it and says, "Okay, now just," and she's looking around at the bottom. "Stand here," and she's very specific. "You stand here," and she points at a ring about 20 meters long, 20 feet wide, in the middle of this circle, and she says, "Just don't cross this, and you should be fine." Okay?
What is this?
That's where the rings start spinning.
Okay.
Right.
It's a burning
And-
ring of fire.
And they're not on fire yet. She says, "Okay," and she like sort of like not runs but walks very quickly away from it. She says, "Okay, close your eyes. Skeleton, you can, I don't know, cover them with. Oh, you'd still be able to see past the cracks in your hands. Put your
gloves.
close up to it. Are you okay? Yeah, do that. Sure. We're going to deposit you right outside the city of Laval, or Laval, Lavol. So think of that. Think just outside the city of Laval, and close your eyes and hide your eyes. Just don't look at the rings. That's very important.
Okay.
Okay.
I look
And
at the rings.
Okay. Well,
No.
you said it. So
God damn
she when she's outside, she gives that Dragonborn lady the thumbs up, and Dragonborn lady presses a rune, and suddenly the machine starts to hum, and the rings start to slowly move, and start to gain up speed, and about 30 seconds later, they are whipping around very fast, faster than when you saw them walking in.
I put my hands down.
You put your hands down. Well, I was going to say you can hear this, but now you can see it, actually. The entirety of this room is just blanketed with a visual cacophony of lights, blue and red and purple and green, swirling around from all sides. Do you get disoriented? Because you're about to be.
I mean, he still has his inner ear bones.
That's true. You do still have your hammer, anvil, and stirrup, whatever they're called. So it's it is a mesmerizing, hypnotizing explosion of light, just of all kinds, and you can hear it sort of humming around. You can hear it start to hum even faster. Everyone who didn't open their eyes can just hear this. But Ahmad, you see all this, and it is dizzying and disorienting to the point where you kind of lose track of where you are. Roll dexterity for me.
Everybody, or just Amon?
Just Ahmad.
Okay. 17 plus 2.
Okay, it's 19. That's enough. That's DC 15. You aren't disoriented. You're disoriented, but you're not. You don't have like you keep steady. You just keep standing up and steady, enough to finally, if you wanted to, close your goddamn eyes and stop looking at it. But that's up to you because it's not done yet.
Am I gonna have to keep doing things if I don't close them?
Probably.
It's like then I like okay. I give like a beleaguered shrug and then put my hands up.
Okay, so you don't hear. All you hear is this whooshing sound from all around you, and then a keening, like a wail, almost like a banshee scream, but not quite as loud. It sounds like it's coming from multiple directions all around you, and it gets louder and more intense and louder, and the whirring gets louder and more violent. You could hear it until finally, it all just cuts out. And you don't hear anything. You actually do. You do hear. You hear the sounds of crickets and frogs and wind rustling in leaves. And you can put your hands down and close. You can open your eyes.
What did you see, my bony friend?
A bunch of lights and shit. Actually, more.
Lights and shit.
What did you see? Nothing.
So you are out. You were out off a trail basically. You can see the trail. You can see people coming and going on this trail, like on carriages. A rather like I don't say a trail. It's a road, and it's leading to this walled city that seems to be by the ocean, from what you can see. And no one seems to be paying you no never mind. You are sort of behind some of the bush in the cut, sort of, but not, even then, no one seems to notice the skeleton. They're just going about their business.
And
Going about
I'm
their
fully
day.
clothed. I'm in like my not skeleton disguise.
Are you? Like, okay, so even your face and stuff? Scar, okay. So yeah, no one seems to notice you.
Hmm.
You hear birds chirping. You hear sounds of the city and the ocean.
Were we pointed to a general direction?
The city of Laval, which she said you would be landing outside of.
Okay.
I
So
start making way towards the city.
yeah, I go to the city.
Okay, so
Yeah.
everyone,
Uh-huh.
when you do that, someone coming down the road sort of does a double take, but then they go about their day like, huh, must be seeing things, and then goes about their day.
Hey, Ahmad, how do people usually react to you? Just like that, or?
Well, usually I'm fully covered like this, and like, and and then I remember like, oh, I almost forgot. Like, I reach into like my pocket or whatever, and like bring in a pair of glass eyes and put those in my eye sockets. It's like there, that'll do it.
Does that block where you can see?
I don't need that how his eyes work.
No, he's fine.
I mean, we're gonna be sitting here for a while. If I need to explain how this whole shit works.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Magic, got it.
So you start walking to Laval. You are following the flow of traffic, I guess. People on horses, people on carriages, sort of going around you. And you finally get to the gates of the city. The guards at the gate are stopping everyone going in the city and asking them things. And so you're sort of waiting in line for your turn. About, let's say, it takes about 10 minutes for them to get to you because the line's rather long. And they finally get to you, and there are two guards by the, I guess the lower gate that the people are walking in and through, and they stop you and say, "Welcome to Laval. Your names, please."
Deter of the Grave Sands.
Okay, and he writes that down on a parchment on like a medieval clipboard. I'm not sure if those are a thing.
I look him dead in the eyes and I just go, Steve.
Roll deception for me.
Let's see. What am I adding to that?
Let me see here. Sorry.
Is that like a perception thing?
Charisma +4.
All right, so 13.
13. Okay, you beat his intelligence score of 2. So Q +0. So he says, "Okay, Steve." I'll just write down Steve. That's fine. Whatever. Convinced.
I turn around and look at everybody and just like, Steve. I like look back for it.
Gotcha, Mike.
That's not Mike. What? Anyway.
I just go like I just shook myself close enough.
So yeah, he asked for all your names. He asked for you get up to him. Nurgle is like, "Okay, name please."
I'm gonna take Darius out, and I'm just gonna be like, Carl.
Carl, roll. Do you have this? I gave you deception, I think, as a skill. So.
I don't know. I don't have anything written down here.
I did. So 4 + 3. So you add roll for deception. Add 7 to it.
Natural 20.
Okay. Well, I beat his 15. Darn, I was excited about that 15.
Man, you have always been Carl.
I'm gonna change your character sheet so it says Carl now.
You are Carl as
You
fuck
are
right now.
Carl.
Yeah.
He's like, "Okay, Carl." Is that with a C or a K? I feel like I should ask.
It's a K.
Fucking J.
J KJARL. Got it. Okay.
Jarl.
And he sees Ahmad.
Fucking
you're-
Jarl of Whiterun over here.
Ahmad says, and your name, please.
Right, and then I very like confidently say Tariq Al Farsi.
Tariq Al Farsi. Okay. And again, you're lying to him, so roll deception.
I at least had a reason to lie.
9 plus 4.
Okay.
So
So
13.
13. Oof.
Man, this guy is super stupid. We should have just walked past this guy.
Well,
and,
hold
like,
on. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. He got a 19
oh shit!
on it. Okay, so he says Tariq Al
Wait a
Farsi.
minute.
I think y'all are making fun of me.
I mean,
What do you-
I'm Steve over here, and that is
Yes.
definitely Carl. So
He asks you a question. He gets suspicious because of the way you said it, I guess. Or maybe now he's like, wait a minute, something's not adding up. And he says, "Where are you from, Tariq?" Just makes me up.
Like I'm from like wherever is this world's equivalent of Persia.
Okay. And that's true, right?
The Eastern
you-
Sand.
No,
I really want him to have said that in character.
It's Parthia, sure, whatever.
well, like no, like Ahmad is from like whatever is this world's equivalent of like Syria.
Okay. So you're lying again. Oh, don't roll. You're fine. It's like, sorry. He says, "Sorry, I just don't. That's not a name we get a lot around here."
No, I get it. It's like I'm a well-traveled man, and that's not a lie. So I'm used to like people like giving me some second guesses.
Or being taken aback.
So is he mad at Zach or
Oh,
might have dropped Devin?
womp womp.
See, I
Evan?
thought that was me for a second.
Devin, you there?
Do you want to go on? Do you want to live?
Uh,
All right, new game master. I am your DM.
Datura will now only speak in Spanish.
Oh
roll
boy.
initiative. Y'all about to get fucked.
And like all of a sudden, like fucking kangaroos with scythes fall from the sky and attack.
Well, Steve is not getting a part of
KO the
that.
kangaroo has seeked his revenge on the Dreamcast.
Soy
I do like
Datura.
I actually had a reason for not giving my name. You guys just like, oh yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm
that
like
same
century
idea.
years old. I got like a billion names I could say.
Raul, what's Sans? Soy Datura de las something Graves or Graves something.
Wait, what?
What's Sans in Spanish?
Sands?
Yeah.
Arena?
Soy Datura de las Arenas Graves. No, I'm not actually doing this.
How good is that roll?
You've been trying to teach yourself French. You should probably use that.
Yeah, Devin told me I should do both French and Spanish at the same time. It's just like I actually did that
No,
for
that would
like
be
the
really
first week.
confusing. Yeah.
Yeah, because like it's
Okay,
fucking
hey,
derivatives
okay.
of Latin.
Hey.
There we go.
Okay. Hey, Raul,
Yeah?
don't. So no, he's just asking. He's like, so you all are in a group. Right? I assumed you were all in a group. So I'm just gonna ask you, what do you got? What's your purpose for visiting Laval today?
I heard about how lovely the town is, and I figure, like, why not? And then I just wrote a bunch of my friends to go with me.
Oh, that's nice. Roll deception.
17? Oh, 18. Sorry.
Oh, he got a 2 again.
Hey!
It's like, oh yeah, I'm glad to hear it. It is there's some beautiful, beautiful places in Laval. I'm glad you're
I
visiting for that.
I also like take them, like put my arm around them. Like I heard there are some lovely ass ladies in this town as well.
I mean, and he sort of looks around. He's like, "Oh, buddy, if I had more time, if there weren't a queue for miles back, or however it's like, it looks like I would sit here and regale you, but no, dude, that from just women of every race." Anyway,
blank,
in
blank,
jokes,
blank,
in
blank, blank.
jokes.
We know how the rest of that goes.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Wizard strippers here.
there are wizard strippers in Laval. You just need to know where to look. Anyway, he's like, "No, hey, enjoy your stay. Enjoy your stay."
Thank you.
Yeah, and he lets you in through the door and gets the next group. Hold on, let me see if you hear the next group as you're walking in, because you definitely hear him say, "Okay, name please." Oh, you do. Who do I want it to be? Kimber. You hear some behind you, and again, this is in character knowledge, so this wouldn't bother you in character. But they say, "Name please," and the person replies, "Barda Sparks."
Oh my god.
And you just keep on walking because that doesn't bug you.
Yep. I don't know who that is.
No, none of us
And
do.
he says, "Reason for visiting?" He says, "I have a show to do."
I look at him and I'm like, that is a fine hat you're wearing, sir. And then
Thank
just keep
you.
walking in my direction.
Nice dragon.
I like your glowy skin and stuff.
Oh, right. Yep. The name's Steve.
Nice
Yep.
to meet. Okay. All right, come to my show, Steve. Woo-hoo. And he continues to talk to the guard.
I hear orcs like to fuck your hat. I didn't say that.
I am not going to do any silly callbacks because I am a separate character who has no knowledge of this person.
Yeah,
That wasn't in character, Devin. Move on.
that's fine. So yeah, you guys going? I guess you're in the city now, and
Woo.
you're here.
City
All
of
you know is
Laval.
that this is the last place he was spotted.
So I assume that this guy is as powerful. I'm saying, like, this is my character. Like, assuming this guy is as powerful as they've been saying, it's probably not smart to just go around asking who's seen him recently.
I mean,
Like,
So are you all discussing this? right outside-
quietly in like a corner on town where everybody's being all loud and stuff, so people don't really hear us.
Okay. So you're trying to. Okay, so no one can hear you right now. Or you're in a spot
Sure.
that no one's listening to you. Okay. Damn.
yeah.
So yeah, I guess talk amongst yourselves. What do you want to do right now? How do you want to find this guy?
I mean,
Devin,
Oh, actually, as you are walking, as you are having the discussion, you hear your phone's far speech ring, or you can feel them buzz, or they have them on vibrate. I don't know how they work.
Okay, I pick it up and go, new phone, who dis?
you know who this is.
You hear a voice on the other end. He sounds kind of nasally, let's say, and he says, "This is Gregor. Did you you're answering your phone, so you're alive. That's good. Are you
I mean,
outside
kinda.
Laval? Did you make it to Laval?"
You
Yes.
really didn't expect us to do well at all.
No, it's okay. Look. I'm not saying it's happened, but accidents happen. Okay, so we just want to make sure. So you're in Laval, or you're at Laval
Yeah.
at least. Okay, cool. You might. And he starts like what? And you can hear him like sort of faintly talking to someone behind him. Okay. Okay. All right. So you might want to check in to see if you can get an audience with the Duke. You probably won't be able to do that unless you mention the name that you're looking for, which I don't want to say over the line, because who knows. But
When he says
alternatively,
Duke,
there might be some people in Laval that know where he is. We have we have a report that some people have come in contact with him before are in the city. One of them is currently working at a college of necromancy in the city.
Oh boy.
Oh shit.
All right.
But
well,
remember, be discreet, because if he finds out you're onto him, the trail will go cold. Like this is the closest we've been in quite some time, as far as just like we know he was in here probably a few months ago.
Oh boy. Okay.
Hmm.
You read my mind, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Because I was gonna be like, I was gonna ask you, like, would it be cool if, like, part of my backstory was I know that wizard that taught Chalupa necromancy because I traveled the world looking for someone
That's
who could
fine.
help
No,
me.
I assume that.
And I
Because
was like,
you already were looking for people. Like I just assumed that's how you're gonna connect them. That's fine.
okay,
So you would know he works at the College of Necromancy.
all right.
So share with the class.
I'm fine with going that.
Well-
Do we have any idea where that is, or should we ask directions?
I know.
It's not hard to find. Yeah, he would know where it
Like-
is.
They our choices are to either go to the Duke or go to the college, right?
Those are the two ideas this guy gave you. Yes.
Well, like how? So like,
Okay.
so I asked everybody like, so how's about like we would be able to get an audience with the Duke at this moment? Like that doesn't like seem like something you just get in line for.
You could
Vermilion,
try.
you
You
say
could
that,
go to the
and
Duke's Manor and find out.
Vermilion says that, and he kind of like rolls his eyes at the thought of like
Right.
having to talk to a duke. Like, ugh.
Right.
I'll just mention to the rest of the party. I'll be like, I have some contacts at the College of Necromancy. Some of them might be able to get us in with the Duke, but it's a stretch. That being said, they might also know who we're looking for.
Do you know them well enough where they wouldn't tip off Rake if we mention his name?
I'm confident that they would not. Yes.
Okay, that might be a stronger option.
Okay.
But again, it's just my opinion.
Okay.
All right, so I'll just go ahead and start leading them to the College of Necromancy.
All right. So you lead them to the city, and I very poorly described it before, but it is a rich, vibrant city, and there is a big city. It's a crowded city, but it doesn't feel like you're packed in sardines cans. As well. It's a nice place. Nothing looks, at least from where you're going from the gate to the college, everything's pretty nice. Buildings, none of the buildings are in disrepair or anything. Some of them are, have some marble statues in front of them for decorations. Row of shops in one place, all seeming doing well and doing good business. And you get to the college, and the college is and this is after everything you've seen, opulent. There is a gate in the front where there are two, not 7'5", but in full plate mail guards, human guards out front. The gate's not closed though; it's open. They're just there, sort of like looking around. And you walk right to the front gate. They nod like, well, because like good evening, good day, citizen. And we walk right through the front gate, and you can walk straight to. There are 6 buildings you can see. One of them is clearly like a central place where new arrivals are supposed to go check in and find out where things are. The other ones look like university halls.
I'll lead them to the check-in.
There
Okay.
we go.
And I feel like I should point out, as you're walking in between statues of robed scholar-looking people, reading from scrolls and examining the stars with their telescope. There's one of this guy is looking over his friend's shoulder while he's writing a book. Like, says, "What you doing?" It's like, "Leave me alone, Steve." God damn it. And there's a large in front of this building. There's a large statue of 3 roadmen with scrolls holding them out to the people coming in, and an inscription basically saying that knowledge is free and everyone has access to it. Should have access to it. But in an ancient language that only what's your goddamn name? I forget. Vermilion understands. And he doesn't know why he understands it.
No.
But he says like it basically basically you read it and it says basically knowledge is free and should be for everyone. But you walk
I kind of like softly relay that to people.
Keep in mind, no one else here can read it. It is in a script you don't recognize. It's not in common script. But Vermilion can read it, and he tells you, "Hey, that's what that says." But but then you go right to the front door. There is a hall in the front door with offices on either side. Floors are marble. The wood. Like what I'm not sure. Like what's an expensive wood? Cherry.
Mahogany.
Mahogany. Yeah, sure.
Mahogany.
And there are windows so that you can see in each one. Each one has written on what they're for. It's like here's the bursar's office. Here's because I guess not everything's free, quote unquote. Here's and one of them says new arrivals. Oh, and one of them says visitor center. And there are stairs going up to a second floor as well.
So Devin, I have a question.
Yeah.
The person that we're looking for, is it Chalupa or is it the guy that taught him?
You would know the guy that taught him.
Okay, so I would know where he is in this college, like where his office is.
You would know where you last saw him.
Or would I just know his name, be able to ask someone like, "Hey, where's this guy?"
You would know where you last went to see him. That might not necessarily be his like classroom, his office, or anything. Plus, college professors, they could be anywhere at any given point.
Yeah.
Right. So I would say let's go ahead to the visitor center so I could ask him where he is.
Okay. You go up to the visitor center, and there is a very probably a student, you imagine, half-elf woman behind the desk. Like she says, "Oh, you're looking for Professor? I don't know what's his name. I forget his. Oh, God, it's been so long since I had to remember his name. Shit. Hold on. Be right back. Sorry,
Professor to Travis.
Professor. You're looking for Professor to
No.
absolutely not.
The greatest character.
Oh, this is not.
You're looking for Professor Herbert West.
Oh, wasn't his name Thotep?
I think so.
Thotep.
Sure.
Yes. Oh, you're looking for Professor Thotep. He's actually he should be in class right now teaching necromancy as he's want to do because that's his job. He's in class right now. Do you want to wait here or do you know where his class is?
I'm sure I can find it.
Okay. So you're okay, cool. Just in case, and she points out which building it is and tells you what room it is.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
No
So
problem.
you said this place is lit by sconces?
This place is lit. No,
No,
actually,
it's not.
not fire sconces. It's lit and it has lights on the wall, but they are more just bright lights on these, almost like candlesticks, like sconces. But again, there's no candle in them or torch. It's just these lights around. There are these things on the walls are holding these lights. It's like hella magic in here.
So I'm like, this place is a lot better lit than I thought a necromancy like college would be. I thought it would be all like graves and darkness and shit.
Well, necromancy's not all doom and gloom.
I didn't know that. So I learned something new today.
They bring doom and gloom back to living doom and gloom.
Sure.
So, you go to the.
I'll pat Jordan's character on the head and be like, sure.
Yeah, magic.
So you go to the same. It's the same building you visited when you first met him, trying to find all this out. But, you go to the same class. You go to the room he's teaching. You can look in the door. There's a window in the door, and you can see him on a podium, or not on a podium, on a stage in front of this auditorium of students, and is you know this Nurgle, but everyone else that's the first time seeing Thotep. He is a tiefling, which is the demon race. He is wearing his glasses, which you don't remember him wearing back then, particularly Nurgle. That he is sort of what's that thing you gesticulating and wildly like teaching and like spinning around, getting really into his lesson. And after about 5 minutes of this, he goes back to his podium in the center of the stage and looks out to the class and says something, and they all start to get up to leave. And they all, as orderly as college students can do, file out the door and leave. And he's there at his podium, just sort of writing something. And he doesn't look up to see he doesn't look up to see you guys, or like watch his kids leave. He's just sitting there like intently writing something.
I'll just make my way through into the class.
Okay. Do you wait for everyone to clear out and then you go in?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm assuming everyone else is following him when he says this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you do? What do you say to get his attention or whatever?
I'll probably knock on the board to get his attention.
Yo, teach.
You'll knock on.
Like on the wall or on the board or something to get his attention.
Oh, okay.
Like as I'm walking.
Or like again, the wall behind. Yeah. Okay. Then the chalkboard behind him. Okay. You do that, and he sort of looks up at the start, and he sees you, and he sort of like stares at you for a second, like Nurgle, right?
Yep.
Hey, and he puts his quill down and walks over and extends it. Hey, how have you been? How did the whole immortality thing go?
Working.
Yeah, right. It's impossible. Sure. Hey, what can you need? Do you need something, or just stopping to say hi? What's up? How you doing?
It's a little column A, little column B.
Oh. Well, hi. Let's get it out of the way right now. How you doing? Cool.
I'm good. How have you been?
It has been the most insane year. Wait, I have stories for you if you have a minute. Holy crap. Are you busy? Like, I don't have class. That was my last class for the day. If you want to catch up.
Actually, we're here for something in particular.
Oh, okay. And he sort of gestures to the students, like the seats the students were sitting in before. Yeah. And he pulls one out. They're like he pulls out like a seat from behind, like he has a little desk in the room, and like puts it in front of you. He goes, "So what's up?"
I'm
sorry, I know you. Who are you?
Hold on. Who's closest to the door?
What's that?
Who's closest to the door right now?
In my head, it's Ahmad.
All right. I kind of want to look at Ahmad and get his attention, and I kind of want to like gesture towards the door and be like, "Would you mind?"
Oh.
Like
as in closing it.
I was say like I know what you meant, but like I was trying to think of like something like stupid to like do instead. It's like, yeah, I got it, and like I don't know, slam the door or something.
Sharpens a pencil.
He goes to the pencil sharpener by the door and hands you a sharpened pencil. No, but he goes and closes the door. And I'll assume he's doing that while he's getting the chair. So let's see if he notices that. He doesn't. So he comes up and puts a chair in front of like the first row of bleachers or whatever. Like I don't know what they call them, just stone seats that old people sit in. And he puts a chair. He's like, "So yeah, I'm sorry. I know you, Nurgle. Who's your friends here? What can I help you guys with?"
Me and my friends here, and I gesture towards them so like that they can introduce themselves.
And they do.
I like contemplate, and I'm like,
"Oh, call
Steve."
I'm just gonna. He buys that. Okay, nice to meet you, Steve.
I give him my real name.
Ahmad.
Soy de Terra de las Arenas Graves.
I'm sorry. I don't speak. Is that Dwarven? I'm sorry.
I am Deterra of the Grave Sands.
Ah, nice to meet you, Datura of the Grave Sands. Can I just call you Datura?
Yes.
Okay. Some people are weird about that. Yeah. What's up? I'm sorry. What did you need help with?
It seems that me and my friends have been contracted to find someone who's been
Uh-huh.
spotted in this city.
Okay.
And to be honest, there was really nobody else that I could confide in besides you.
Sure. Wow, that means a lot to me. It really does. And he puts his hand up, and he like almost like as a 1 second. Are you here? And please be honest with me. Are you here with the ribbons?
What now?
No,
Okay. Okay.
not with the
Ooh.
ribbons.
Okay. Good. Jesus Christ, or whatever the equivalent. Okay. Thank God. I have had enough excitement with that group for like 3 lifetimes. Let me tell you. Anyway. Sorry. No. Cool. Yeah. Who are you? What's up? Who are you looking for? How can I help?
You. Before we go forward, I need your word that you will not speak a word of this to anyone.
And that makes him apprehensive.
Yeah.
Because keep in mind, you last saw him like a year ago, and you
Right.
kind of just went to hang out and learn about necromancy for a little bit. Like you're not super BFFs. Like you're cool, but these things was like I would have to know anything. And he sort of like leans in and he's like, "Is it something illegal?"
We didn't do anything
To
illegal.
that? Yeah.
And he hears that he's like, "Are you sure this isn't a ribbon thing?"
It's
He's
not
like,
a ribbon thing.
"Okay, okay." And he thinks about it. He's like, it's quiet year. Now, okay, now I'm bored. I promise.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I'll go ahead and I'll explain I'll give him a rundown without going into too much detail of everything that pretty much happened to us, like the room, the lady, her whole mission with us.
Okay.
But like without going into too much detail, just kind of like a rundown of
Just-
it.
Right. Okay. And he tell him about like what you're looking for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So after he hears all that, and he sort of has like this look of awe, like shock on his face, like, God. Okay. I mean, okay. You said this wasn't illegal per se. This seems kind of shady. Like, are you sure these are people are on the up and up?
No.
To be honest, we cannot tell you one way or the other.
And they're looking for a guy like Rake or whatever?
Mm-hmm. And they're kind of forcing our hand here.
We are also told that we should not talk to like out loud in the public about this person.
Oh, that makes me feel better. Hold on a second. I want to see something. That's above 80, so sure. You hear a knock at the door. And that's when he looks up and says, "Oh, someone close the door? I usually leave it open so students can, come in and ask me." And he goes up to go get it. And he goes up to get the door. And I'm sorry, it'll just take a second. I won't let him in or anything. And I want you all to roll perception because you're listening to him. It won't be hard. But...
Oh,
5.
well, yeah, I didn't get anything good, so.
Okay, 5.
I got a
I'm gonna
4.
say 4.
Wait. 14 total. Wait, no,
Okay.
no. I mean, no. That's 7. Look at the wrong
7. Okay.
25.
There you go.
Okay. You hear Thotap Conjurer's like, I'm sorry. I'm a little busy right now. Is this important? And you hear a voice behind the door. It seems very chill, I'd say. was the word, and small, I'd say, is the word I would use to describe it. He he says, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Professor Thotap. I was just looking for that scroll I lent you, or I'm sorry, you lent me. Where did you get that? Is that where in the library did you get that? Because I'm trying to help my friend put it back right now, because she's new here. She's working in the library, and like, I just don't remember like who wrote it. He's like Chalupa, not now.
What is this, the fucking
these
Force Awakens? Are we gonna have the fucking like audience like cheer and clap whenever
Yes.
this?
Yes. He says, Chalupa, not now. These people are here and they're looking for like this. They're looking for someone, and I don't know if they're on the up and up. And you hear Chalupa go, oh, huh. Okay. Well, I'll come back later. I got it. Okay. You're the only one that heard that, Datora.
And as he leaves, the tourist just like, "Fuck your cousin, though."
What?
You would not know his cousin.
I know, but God, fuck that dude.
So he says, "Oh, sorry, but that was one of my students. One of my newer students, actually. He's already like it gets like a post grad. He's already a wizard. He's here learning more about necromancy. You see, he's already got like a working skeleton that is like doesn't fall apart after an hour and loves him. So it's pretty good."
Yeah, that sounds great and all. Anyway, back to the matter at hand.
I'm sorry, you're right. So you're looking for this rake guy, roke, whatever. I
Rocky.
don't know of anyone like
Jeff.
that offhand. And I don't really know. And he thinks about it. I was like, okay. And he starts to think, is like, I know someone who might. And
Okay.
he just left. He was, and he's like looking around like he thinks his fucking room is bugged or something. He's like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this because they don't seem too secretive about it. They wear bright ass ribbons, but he used to be a ribbon, and he was in with some weird shit, and like he was talking about this guy, and he. Would you have mentioned the Okay, let me roll to see. Would you have mentioned the glasses? Do you think? To him?
Yeah.
Because he mentioned having a pair of glasses, like you said. At one point, he said they got stolen from him, but he said they were left to him by this weird wizard dick.
His words.
His words.
Is as in this guy's a jerk, or
Yes. No, he's not
okay?
like
His name's
Mara.
Richard.
Anthropomorphic dick that can do magic.
Yeah, he's not like Mara or something. He's just an asshole. But from what I gather, like Chalupa told me stories. He does seem kind of like a dick, but it's weird. Anyway, no, like yeah, like go get him. Go chase him down. See what he knows. Go. I'll be here all day if you need anything else from me. But yeah, go.
Okay. I'll shake his hand really quickly and I'll be like, "Thank you for everything."
See you later.
And then
Later, teach.
I'll head outside.
Okay. Let me see. Do you just describe how you get outside?
Well, I mean, for now, get outside into the hallway that's outside of the classroom, and I'll probably look around and see if I can find Chalupa.
Roll perception.
All
Which, let me see.
right.
I
By the
forget.
way,
Yeah.
I don't know what my perception modifier is.
I know. It is. What is perception? Wisdom. So +3,
All right.
+7. I'm no, sorry, +6, +6. I can't numbers.
It doesn't matter. I rolled another natural 20.
Yeah, you're fine. So
Jeez, that's like 3 this game alone.
So you see people, you see like students walking through the halls. You see a halfling guy. He's sort of like not running, but sort of jogging away. Like he's kind of in a hurry, but he doesn't want to look like he's sprinting down the hall. And from what you can gather by like again, that guy had a tiny voice. Like this is the only halfling here, so you figure maybe like that's probably him.
I want to call after him.
You want to call? Okay, you want to call his name?
Well, no, I don't think I would know his name. Or did he tell
No,
me?
he said no. He said like
Chalupa.
he said like that guy Chalupa that was just here would have known.
All right, yeah, I'll go ahead and call out Chalupa's name.
Okay. He sort of stops, stops like exactly what like in mid step, and puts his head down, sort of defeated, and turns to you and says, "Yeah."
And I'll kind of just wave him over.
He he's very on guard as he walks over. Let's say. He says, "Yeah." This is so weird, by the way. Go ahead.
I'll introduce myself to him. I'll be like, "Hey, I'm Carl."
Yeah. Yes, he's emphatically Carl.
Okay.
I'm so Carl.
Let the man speak,
Wow.
Steve.
Classic Carl.
These are my friends. I'll name them each, like as I point to them. I'll name David as Steve. Like
Okay.
I'll name them the fake names, whatever, except for Jordan because I don't think he chose one. And
Um,
I'm like,
Hold on one second. I want to see something here. I have Chalupa's perception roll.
oh, am I gonna have to roll against that?
No. He notices Ahmad come up the stairs. And
boy.
he just notices like there's something strange about the way he dresses. And not just like that it's like a different style than here. He doesn't and Ahmad, you see him sort of give you like he's sort of eyeing you up too, but he doesn't say anything. Anyway.
I don't say anything either.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna be like, we're friends of
Totep.
Professor Fotep, and he
Okay.
told us that you might be able to help us. I was wondering if there was maybe anywhere more private where we could talk about this in detail.
And he sort of looks around and is like, I guess we can go back to my room.
Oh yeah.
Don't.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you could just ask your mom where it is. In his place.
And those all happen, by the way. Those are all in character.
Those were all
I
in
don't know.
character. I'm having fun with this session.
I was like, I don't know who my mom is, so maybe
that
you can
sucks.
tell me.
Anyway. Oh, sorry, dude.
My mom is centuries. Okay,
he-
away.
He takes you up to his room, and he takes you to like his dorm, and he's at the door of his dorm. He's just like, you know what? Give me 1 second.
Uh-oh.
And he says,
Look
wait,
at all the bitches he has in there.
wait right here. I swear to God, I'll be right back.
We won't judge you on the porn. Come on.
No, just wait here. And he doesn't go. He actually walks away from the dorm and runs off to the library. And my Wii U's going off for some reason.
Buy
And
some stuff.
he goes off and goes to the library, and probably like 15 minutes later, he comes back with another tiefling. This one's a woman with kind of a buxom, and also kind of like sort of thick, and she has this look in her eyes like she's just done with
That's
whatever.
with 2 C's, baby.
She has just this look in her eyes like she's just sort of done with whatever's about to happen. Like she's already over it.
I stare at her and I lock eyes with her and I wink.
She
I have 18 charisma. I'm fucking handsome as fuck.
You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. Hold on. Roll. I don't know. Roll. This is important. Roll. I'm sorry. At least he's gonna hate
Please
this
have
episode.
sex with Felicia's old character.
Yeah, roll persuasion, sure, or performance. I don't know. Do you have persuasion, or you have persuasion?
Yeah.
No, he's got to tuck her up.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
plus
Performance
7.
right in the middle.
21.
21.
Wait, plus 7?
Did you roll? Wait, what did you roll?
17.
So it's 24.
So 24.
Yeah, she sure she gives you a look back. She was like, "Hey,"
Yeah.
And
Texted
then-
Alicia, was like, David's hitting on Nefertiti.
then she notices that Chalupa stops in front of you guys and says, "Okay, these guys are looking for Wizard Dick." And this tiefling girl, this tiefling lady, sort of goes, just you can hear the loudest sigh you've ever heard in your life. Ah. She says, I got out of that job like a year ago, man. Why the fuck is this still happening to me?" And Chalupa was like, "I don't know, Nefertiti. I really don't. But this should be like just answer. Let's just answer their questions. Like they're probably gonna kill him, and you probably want that." And she's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, well let's see what they want, right?" And she's like, "Fine."
I go
And he
like
takes
night,
you up
I
to
go
his,
like night sloth, by the way.
and she looks. "Oh, thank you." His name's Nugget. I don't know why I brought him to work today, but I did.
Awesome name.
Oh right, Nugget's just so immobile that no one notices him. That was a character thing. That explains why I never brought him up in the games. But no, so Chalupa takes you up to his room, which is not. He doesn't have a room to himself. He's got some roommates. And Chalupa comes. He's like, "Hey guys, can we have the room for like what, like 20 minutes or whatever?" And his roommates are sort of like, "Ah." And he says like, "Don't make me get Bigsby in here." They're like, "Okay." And they all sort of like have to like sort of like pile out like, we were watching football or whatever they did back then.
Magic
And-
Ball.
They were watching Magic Ball. And he offers you seats, and he's like, and he goes, "First thing," and Nefertiti can attest. She goes, "Mm-hmm. Reich is a dick." So now we got that out of the way. What do you want to know?
Where is he?
Yes.
Well, and he thinks like, the last time we met in like person was probably. And he looks at Nefertiti like, "What do you think? Back when we were with the ribbons?" And she's like, "Yeah." He's like, and she's like, "No, wait." And she thinks for a second, Didn't she come by your dorm once and say something?" And he just sort of like gave him the cold shoulder. He's like, "Oh yeah. Like probably like 3 months ago. He actually came by here because he said we've crossed paths before. He has helped us." Because me and Neff used to be with an organization called the Ribbons. It's confusing. I don't want to get into what we actually did, and I don't know if we're allowed to. Actually, I think there's a thing, but no. So he was there for those things when we were still there. The last time I met him, though, he offered to give me my glasses back, and that's when I noticed he took he gave us these glasses a year ago, and that's when I noticed the first time that he must have gotten them back off me or something, because they're not with me anymore. He's like, and he says like they were like these weird multicolor lenses.
And then I'll name off the colors.
Yeah. Well, no, it's orange, not purple, but yeah. And he says like, so are the ribbons back after him? You're not wearing like your, insignia or anything.
We're not
We
with the
don't,
ribbon.
I don't know who the hell that is.
And that actually catches his attention, and also catches Nefertiti's attention. And she's like, "So who do?" And he's like, "So who do you work for then?"
We
Uh-huh.
don't know.
We woke up in a room. These people let us out of a room, and now we're here.
Oh,
We'll give them another. I'll give them another quick rundown of what happened. The same kind of rundown I gave.
all right. That's weird. So like, I mean, like you said, huh? And he thinks about it for a second, like, yeah. Last thing I remember was that 3 months ago. If he's been in town though, he's probably been to see the Duke. because they seem fairly close. I am actually on fairly good terms with the Duke because we saved his town from like the serial killer ones. So like I could probably get you an audience if he's not busy.
That would be fantastic if you could.
Okay. I know you have class today. Where are you staying anywhere or like?
I'm sure we can find a place. We'll be in town.
Well, okay. And he goes, Nifty, do you still have that paper that we can talk to you on? He's like, yeah. She's like, yeah. It's like, oh, can we let them borrow it? And she's like, no. Carl, I'm waiting for Carlos to write me right now to get off work, so probably not. And he's like, oh, right, you and Carlos. Okay. I'll go after class today. Can you meet me back here probably the same time tomorrow? And I'll let you know.
Sure.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, if you're here, and if she's like, look, if you're here to get wizard dick, then we will like no.
I'm not here to get that. I don't know what that refers to.
Get that wizard thing.
If you,
Yeah,
she's like, no, Reich. If you're here,
Oh,
if you're here
okay.
to get that wizard asshole, then like I will get you audience with the goddamn king. I will seduce my way to the fucking king and get you an audience with him or whatever I need to do. Like, fuck that guy. And Chub's, yeah, fuck that guy. And he sort of, so he like sort of like shakes your hand. Nurgle is like Nurgle or Carl, or no? Yeah, yes, David, Steve, you're Carl. Zach Tariq. Or well, he might not. He might have told his real name now, but
I'm ditching
Doesn't
his
matter.
name after
doesn't.
this episode, so it doesn't become
Fine.
weird.
I did say I introduced everyone by their fake names, so.
Okay, good. So yeah, now
Je
you have a
suis
lead.
de terra des. Ah, never mind. Fuck it.
Pledgemore.
Sable.
Pledge
Just
more.
give me your
Yeah.
regular name because I'm not going through all that.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, you have a lead now. This would be a time you would want to sort of let someone, I guess, let them, like the people back at the prison place know, like, hey, we're on it. We actually did something, but it's up to you.
I would say let's go like out of the college into like a busier area where people can't hear us to do that.
Okay.
If everyone else is cool with it.
Okay. That's what if everyone else is cool with it, then yeah, you give them a ring.
I'm cool.
And you get the same nasally voice from before, and he goes, and you hear him go, yeah. Hello?
Oh, hey, what was Gregory was your name?
Yeah, it's Gregor. Who's this?
This is Nurgle. We met up with the lead at the college and we're
And you
on
tell him.
something. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, you did. Did you find Reich?
No, but we might have an audience with the Duke now.
Oh, cool. Like right now, or?
That we're finding out tomorrow.
Oh, well, okay. And he get the sense that someone else is talking to him that you can't hear. He's like, what? Oh. That's a good point. Okay. And so quick question. Do you guys have money? Like on you?
I got like 90
I ain't
gold.
covering you this time, man.
No. We were and he thinks about it, like, okay. You're gonna, are you just gonna stay on the streets tonight, or how are you gonna work that out? Because we can't teleport you back in. That's not how that works. Raul started to cut out.
I said that's a good point.
I could probably like persuade some people to Give us a room.
I mean, how much is a room?
I mean, I don't know if you have any money on you. Well, you do because you didn't spend all your money, but that's
Yeah.
because you should have and you didn't.
I
Um,
spent all but 90 gold.
Okay,
I don't think
that's
I
not
spent
enough
any
for.
money either.
That's not enough for all. Well, it might be enough for you all squeeze into one room.
I didn't spend any money.
There's
either.
4 of us.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm thinking there's 6 of you. Okay, so you have money then? Never mind.
Yeah, I don't think I spent any money on
Are
it.
you gonna give us money? But this.
I mean,
God
Dator's
damn.
like, oh, so you're Dator. He says that, and Gregor's like, oh, so you're covered. Okay. Shoot, we were worried about that for a second, but if you're good, then cool.
I mean, come on, man, help us out. Like, we still have a long
I mean, that's what we were like worried about that because we can't help you.
man.
I'm not holding
Oh.
out on you. We were trying.
Alright.
We were gonna think of something, but if you get money, shit. Okay, fine. That solves that problem. Thank God. Yeah. Let us know how that goes tomorrow then. I guess. And if anything else pops up you think we need to know to help find this guy, let us know. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. I gotta get back to work. All right. Nice talking to you. Bye. And you hear, like, I guess whatever the magic version of a click on the other end of the line is.
Crunch. They just break their
They just
walkie-talkie.
smash their stone in their hand like it's a fucking Persona card or something.
Vegeta Scouter.
Yes.
I'm just gonna kind of offhandedly remind this fucking doesn't sound old enough to have a job, and then I'll look at that and be like, so where what should we do?
I guess let's go get that hotel.
Okay. Now, you have 90 gold, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You start looking around the area around the university, and 90 gold is not going to cover a night at any of these hotels.
Oh,
Great.
no. We're going to the motel.
Holiday Inn, right?
Wait.
I think I have money because I didn't spend any on items.
Okay.
So how much would I have?
You want to spend your gold on one night at a hotel or
Well,
one
how
night
much
at a
do I have?
tavern?
Is that how much I would just? That I would just have one night and then that's it. No more gold.
No, but I'm saying, like, you look around, like, the cheapest you can find around this area is 250 gold.
And how much
Shit,
gold
let's
do I
go
have?
tenting.
How much gold do I have?
1,000.
250 gold. That doesn't seem like a bad deal.
I'm still in favor of going somewhere cheaper.
It's up to y'all. I mean, Raul's Mr. Moneybags over here. If y'all want to stay in the fucking Ritz Carlton, then fine.
No, let's go somewhere cheaper, Raul. Don't spend all your money.
It's my money. I do what I want.
Use it when you need to.
Go buy 500
All right, how about
crowbars.
this? Well, I'll let Space Jordan's character lead the way, but I'm gonna approach David's character
Uh-huh.
as like we're walking, and I'm just gonna pull out like a handful of coins, and I'm just gonna be like, "The guard did say women of every race."
God damn it.
You see him like look over his shoulder and like he's like, no, it'll be fine. Like
I'll just
if
say
you're a
we
magic
have-
user, you could probably roll to see who he's talking to.
Oh,
If
okay.
you,
Oh,
so,
really?
if you feel so
well,
inclined.
okay, yeah.
Well, what does he say? Tell me. In secret.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. Okay, so he's like, so he's responding to someone that you can't see.
Yeah.
I'll roll perception. That's what I'm supposed to roll, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's plus
Yes,
7.
yes, they would be, David.
Yeah.
All right, so I rolled the 10 plus 7.
Yeah, you can see a figure that looks like it almost looks like a ghost that's growing out of the back of his back, and it's like a woman. She looks like an Amazon type woman. Like she's like huge. But she's like, you get to see like her upper part of her torso, and he's like talking to her.
I mean, if she's that big, then I'm pretty sure everyone here can see her.
It's only if you like focus, like,
Oh,
or
okay.
because
If
if
you're
you
like,
don't know, if you don't know to look for it, it's just like something that you like. The hell is he
Okay.
talking to?
okay. Yeah, Raul, you would notice. I don't know if Datura would, because she's a ranger.
I'll give David's character a strange, like, knowing look, and I'll just kind of keep it to myself for now.
Okay. Sort of look like, what the fuck was that?
He just and he like Vermilion just stares at him like he just shrugs like it's no big deal. Like
But I'll tingle the coins in my hand, like, that offer's still up.
yeah, he's just like
Hold on.
I've been told that it's not. Oh God.
Give me a second. Oh, I spelled that wrong, but yeah.
I'm emphatically being told that that's
Yes.
not the thing that we want to be doing.
So, I guess, are we all look? Are we looking? What are we looking for? Right? Are we looking for Girls of Every Race, or are we looking for a fucking hotel?
I was just talking to David's character.
We're going to the hotel. He like
Oh.
slumps. He like slumps his
Hotel.
shoulders down and like walks slowly. Like,
Holiday Inn.
So, you do find in a, let's say, a more seedy part of town. It takes you a little bit to get to from the rich part of Laval, but it's not as it's not falling apart mostly. It's just sort of like not as fanciful, right? Everything's there's no marble statues in the streets. There's no like bright gold ring signs for shops. It's
Do we get
just
free
very
waffles in the morning?
utilitarian. You find a tavern there. Let's call it the Sunset Cup. I don't know. And that's the first thing that randomized, sure. And you go in and you ask for rates. You ask the bartenders like, hey, can we stay the night? And they tell you, sure, it'll be for the four of you, let's say 40 gold for the night.
Deal.
Okay.
You're paying.
you don't take the. I like whisper to him. You gotta haggle. Like never take sticker price.
He's already turned around to get the keys.
Yeah, it's too late. But
And
next time,
he gives you. He sort of puts two keys on the bar and is like, your rooms are up 2 floors and they're 23 and 24, 2 beds in each.
All right.
And then he just goes back to, serving the bar, tending the bar to see if anyone wants something. They're like, drunks and loud drunks, people playing cards. It's a scene, not too feisty, but it's there's life in here. No one's like, it's not like a bar full of people just drinking away their sorrow. It's like, oh, we came here after work to chill out.
oh, okay.
But he gives you his keys and just turns and starts like cleaning a glass to put some more ale in it. And he just completely ignores you after he takes your money and gives you the keys. And as you go to pick them up, one of the someone at the bar sort of drunkenly slurs at you. He's like, so where are you guys from?
Shit.
I keep walking towards our room.
He doesn't seem to care.
Ich bin der Terra des Grabsons.
I just keep walking.
Why are you? Well, okay, you keep changing the language too, which is fun. Ich bin der Terra des Grabsons. Great. Now my wa Datura no grab some or whatever. Uh, he's like, I'm just trying to like find shit, like whatever. Keep in mind, it's about to turn evening. It's like 6. This dude's fucking gone. um, so, and then he just like, you don't answer, no one answers. He just goes back to his. I was just trying to be friendly. Fuck, whatever. And just sort of like goes back to his drink and doesn't bother you anymore. You guys go to your room.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
You guys go to your
Why
Yes.
is that guy swearing at me? He's so bad. All I did was ask him how he was doing.
Okay, so you guys go up one set. Go up one set. And here's like 11 through 19 or whatever. So you
No,
figure
no.
it's on the second floor. Yes.
Fuck that guy. Let's roll it.
You go up another flight of stairs, and then the 20 starts. So you figure it's on this one. And what I say, 23 and 24 are yours.
I think so.
Ahmad is already at 23 because he left before you guys like gave him just. He'd already left before that whole Ich bin ein Berliner thing started. Like, so, and you know, you get to your rooms. I'm not sure how you want to do. How do you want to divvy them up? This might be important. Who's bunking with who?
I don't care. So no,
I'm going
I
to the
don't want to.
left.
I don't want to be in Jordan's room
Hey!
because you're talking about drowning everybody.
Okay, yeah. So Datura, you're gonna be with Ahmad because you can't
Yeah.
drown Ahmad.
You can't drown him.
I thought I couldn't drown any of them.
You can't.
He's
You'll
a
find a
skeleton. You can't drown him.
Also, that was a threat to them.
No, you've already run my character the wrong way. You're like, nope, not guilty. Like, no way I'm
All
going
right.
to close the area with that guy again.
So anyway, you go. I'm sorry, I had to look at something. You go in your rooms, and it's a room, right? It's not fancy. It doesn't. You're not about to sleep on a pile of hay though, or anything like that. Like it's
It's a bed.
it's
or
a
two
bed.
beds.
It's a reasonable bed. There's 2 beds in each room. Each bed has a dresser or a nightstand next to it. There's a chest on the beside each bed for your personal belongings. And like a closet type thing. But that's basically it. Like, you know, there's nothing too fanciful. You each have a window to see nothing, just more of the city that you're in because it's, you know, you're on the 2nd floor. But these are your rooms for the night. Is that all? It's like it's starting to get dark at this point, but it's not dark yet. I'm not sure what you guys wanted to do.
Well, I was gonna take the time and kind of go up to David's character and start addressing you about what I saw.
Okay.
So like, I'll go up to him and be like, "So, what's with that woman on your back?"
I'm like cursed, quote unquote. He like puts up the air quotes with the curse, and like she like magically imbues me with like she allows me to do the magics I can do, and then like the hand of this woman comes out and reaches like for you,
I'll take it.
and she
Shake
shakes
your
your hand. Yeah.
Does she have a name?
I haven't come up with one yet out of character.
Okay. This is like a mutual thing, right? This isn't something we have to worry about.
She like apparently my family was worried that it was like be negative, but I've not seen any negative things from her, and we're pretty cool, so everything works out.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yo, Ahmad. So, are you like still alive, or are you like a skeleton that's been brought back to life?
Well, seeing as people who are still alive tend to have like, you know, skin and noses and ears and all that, I think that I don't count as that.
You have a soul.
I mean, yeah, lots of things.
Soul means life. Do they?
You don't get out much, do you?
Vampires?
Uh, no, because they sold their soul to the devil.
It depends on the fiction. Anyway,
Yeah.
I actually think in D&D, vampires don't have any souls. They just have the the illusion of a soul, basically.
No.
But
Now I know there's canon in D&D of whether certain things have souls or not.
yeah, I don't know about sex. I would say if he doesn't, he at least it's close enough to him that it's like he remembers some things from his previous life. So
Yeah, no, yeah, you're all there then. You're just you're
no.
just bones. Yeah, I mean mentally you're in there. You're just bones. He's not a mindless skeleton zombie thing.
No, I am not. I will say that. Like it's like I've met a few of them like skeleton like thralls or whatever. And let me tell you, they're all but basically just constructs, really. Like they're like they may have like some aspect of that person's personality when they're alive or something like that, but it's really just like the blueprint for like this automaton for the master. I ain't that. This is like everything up here, like in the point of my head, like this is all I was always here. I mean, memories and stuff aren't all there, but I mean, do you remember what like your first few days were like when you were born?
No, I'm fairly sure it was in the desert though.
And that was like what, like 20, 30 years ago? Can you expect me to remember? You expect me to remember what shirt I wore 500 years ago?
I'd be impressed if you could. I mean,
That shirt is pretty old.
Yeah.
It might be the same shirt.
I can't hear you, but that's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
so, does anyone else? Are we gonna do any more character building or? Because I like this.
Like while I'm doing this, I'm just like like tuning my oud and like
Yeah.
put a little bit of a chord on it.
Someone knocks on your wall like, "Hey, people are trying." Oh, people aren't trying to sleep yet. People are trying to.
Again, it's like
We're
it's
trying
I'm trying to jerk
Yeah,
off
man.
in peace.
do whatever I want.
Devin,
Yeah.
I had a thing for my character.
Okay.
So I had tell me if you're cool with this or not. So I had this idea that I can mentally send messages to Cthulhu.
Sure. Just
boy.
PM me. I'll be Cthulhu and I'll be David Stand.
Oh shit! It is good that I chose Deep Mind as a language. Okay, I thought I was throwing that away.
What I was gonna do was, this could be like I'm gonna be mentally doing it, so this could be like a player knowledge versus character knowledge thing, I guess.
Sure.
I was gonna essentially in our room find I guess on my bed, kind of meditate for a little bit and send him a message saying, pretty much explaining what's going on.
Okay.
Then ending it with, I might have found an interesting new vessel.
Okay. The deep the elder one. He's not actually Cthulhu. But let's just call him that. Cthulhu sends you back. He's like, good. Good to hear. Keep looking for him.
Keep up the good work, pal.
Yeah.
Proud of you.
And he asks you, what about your friends? How do you think they would do?
I would mention David's character and I'd be like, he seems like this. I'll explain the whole curse scene. I'll be like, that seems like it would be more of a hindrance than anything.
And he does. He says like, that would complicate matters, but if you would have to like mentally overpower them both, basically.
We've had this problem before.
Right. So he says like, well, just keep doing you. I don't know like if he wants. He really doesn't want anything.
It's chaos. Yeah.
He just wants to exist. And his visage drives people crazy.
And
But
then I guess I'll mention like the other two. Be like, I don't really know much about Jordan's character yet. The other one's literally a skeleton.
he says something. He says, I know about the skeleton.
Oh boy.
He is. He's someone you want to keep an eye on, and not because you want to take him over. Like you want to be on the lookout for Ahmad.
Is this your doing?
Yes. This is me telling you this.
I'll tell them I'll be like, I guess I'll keep an eye on him. My focus, I guess, right now will be obtaining the one we're looking for, because I feel like I'd be better able to serve you in that vessel. But I'll keep an eye out for the skeleton.
Yeah, he does. He's like, yeah, just keep looking out for this Reich guy. He seems like he would be interesting.
All right.
He seems like that would be fun to have a pawn like that.
Okay.
So, and Datura, you don't got like. I don't know if I might ask you like about your life, but
I grew up in the desert. There's
Right,
nothing
you
to do in
tell
the
'em.
desert. I got away from the desert, and my family was like, "Oh man, the house is falling apart. You got to go kill
right,
something
you go, yeah. If he does ask, which I don't know if he does, that's him. But yeah,
Fuck
you
it.
tell him.
Woshi Yanzong Deshaze Deman Tulu.
No, we're not doing that. Like,
Um,
Simplified
Is-
Chinese.
is French deep speak?
what?
You're used to going to Google Translate now.
Yeah, I tried with the French. I had to look up Sans.
So, about after the sun goes down, let's say, you get a knock. Oh, let's say evens for Datura, odd for. Okay. So, Vermilion and oh god, Nurgle, you get a knock at your door. Actually, no, you both rooms get a knock at the door at the same time, and both of them are city guards. When you go to, well, I guess I'm assuming you go up to answer it,
Yeah.
but
I get up and answer our door.
they're both city guards. It says they both ask you. They ask you everyone to like come out of the rooms.
Oh, what fresh hell is this?
And
Is this something we could do for you,
meditating.
gentlemen?
and you go out in the hall, and there are actually probably a squad of them out there, and one of them is dressed in more ornate armor than the rest. He's got like a plume in his hair, and he's got a very ornate spear. And he says, "Are you the ones Chalupa asked about to see the Duke?
Oh,
Yes.
The Duke will see you if you're ready."
Oh, okay. What time
Yeah,
is it?
that's quicker.
It is nighttime. It just turned night like an hour ago.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
I thought we were going to be
suppose.
executed.
And he sort of he says, "Follow me," and two of the guards flank him. I guess, well, as much as they can. How like one of them, like it's not big enough, but whatever. And the rest fall in line behind the four of you. Spears not at the ready, but in their hands, and swords. They're and they lead you out of the bar. And the bartender's sort of giving you the side eye, like, "What did you do?" And as you're walking in, he says, "No refunds."
great.
Damn it.
And-
See? Aren't you glad?
That part, yeah.
Hold on.
Uh-huh.
I'll go up to the bartender and I'll toss him a few more coins and be like, keep them clean for us.
And the bartender's like, okay, if sure,
We'll be back.
I'll keep him empty. All right, I'll keep him empty all night. How many coins did you give him?
How many do you think I
Like-
would need?
10, I don't know.
4.
Yeah, probably just 10.
So okay. As you're walking out, the guard leader, let's just say he's the guard captain because he is, says, "We were gonna reimburse you for the rooms, but okay, not for that." And he leads you, and he leads you back up to the fancy part of the city. Specifically, he's leading you towards the Duke's Manor, Duke's Palace, and you walk. It's in a different part of the rich part of the city than the college, but it's not that far away. And as you're walking towards the manor, the guard asks you, "So, how do you know Chalupa and Nefertiti?"
We just met them today at the college.
Ah, that was
But-
the wrong thing to say.
but
But he
the
said
one that
it.
taught Chalupa, Fotep, he's an old friend.
Ah,
We were
Fotep.
introduced through him.
I had him back in school. I didn't do great. I obviously didn't do too good in his wizard class. That lasted like a semester. But-
You could always learn, man. It's never too late.
No, I mean, I think I've found my sacred mission as it is. I've found my peace. I mean, I'm captain of the guard. Shit, look at me.
Yeah, you didn't do you.
I
you
went
it
to a different college, right? College, school
Yeah.
of hard knocks, as it were. Learn all about this. Yeah. Anyway, and so he leads you through again like the rich part of the city, to up to another. The palace is walled off, and he leads you up to the wall. He doesn't do anything. He just walks straight through it, and the guards are like, "Oh, it's him." Open the door, and he walks straight in, and the guards
Wonderful.
are completely. They don't pay you any sort of never mind. As you walk in, they're standing at attention, looking for something to worry about. But you still get the sense that they are aware of, like they're still trying, like they still like if you step, they're gonna jump back, right? But then he leads you straight up the front, like straight to the front door of this garden, like statue riddled front yard of the palace, straight to the front gate, and walks you in through the front, like straight up through the front door. Everyone, all the guards stand and salute the captain as he walks by, and walks you into the main hall of the palace, which again is just pure white, like limestone and marble. It looks like. Past, like if it doesn't stop for anyone, the front desk looks up like they want to check you in, but they look see the guard captain like, nope, never mind, and just walks you straight into the audience room, and there is a pale human, let's say, in all sorts of finery and a duke's crown, sitting on his throne, and he's got his hands on the armrest, and he's just waiting for you.
Vermilia is completely looks uninterested in anything that's going on right here.
Right.
But he doesn't he's not a dick about it. He's just
Right. And he goes up. I'm sorry. The captain goes up and takes a knee, and the guards all do this, all do the same. And the captain goes, "My lord, these are the men that were asking about Reich." And the Duke says, "Thank you, Carlos. That'll be all." And he sort of waves him off, which again, he's still looking at the ground, but I guess he feels it, like he's been through his motions enough that he knows. Stands up, puts his fist on his chest and like a salute, bows, and then walks away. And his guards follow him out. There are still guards in here that are wearing thick plate armor that looks like it's golden, and they're wearing scary looking face masks too. If you ever played Morrowind, think the Ordinators from Morrowind. But you're all just standing there, and he says, "Where are you all from?" Like, where were you born? Let's say.
I legitimately don't know the answer to that question.
I know. Say you're from Aldo Par. I don't know.
I was born among my tribe in the Gravesands.
So that explains you.
I was born a poor black child. Now,
That's not true. You're like actually like you're like incandescently. Anyway, because you're Asimar. Anyway, and he hears Datura say he was born in the Nomads. Well, that explains you. The rest of you, you might not. I mean, it's customary to like kneel in front of a duke.
Okay, I say, oh, where are my manners? I'm sorry, and then I do so
Okay.
because I actually have dealt with like nobles and shit.
Nobility, right?
I see if everybody else kneels.
Well, you see Ahmad do it. Chalupa just.
I kneel.
Chalupa 2.0. Nurgle just left.
I like sigh and like, I didn't kneel.
Okay, and I'll just assume Nurgle does too. And it goes. So, if I may ask, why are you asking about Reich? Not everyone at once.
Came back.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
We just heard he's a person of interest. Like,
Oh, most certainly. But
I
why
want
are
to know-
you four specifically looking for him?
I whispered to everybody, like, do we tell him the real thing? Because that'll make us look like idiots.
Well, I want to first figure out like where does the Duke lie on his like relationship.
This is a D12. Never mind. That was almost real bad for you.
Like I want to like what does the Duke have to do with Reich? Like like if he's on his side or if he's not on his side or whatever.
The Duke, when you whisper that, Datura, the Duke does a little bit louder than he has been. This is, I would advise against lying to me. If I were to throw my 2 cents in.
all right, we're taking that into consideration.
So now
I-
he's gonna
I
be
tell
on,
him-
now he's gonna be on guard if you try to lie to him.
Okay, then
I-
then like I'll say I'll speak up and say, oh, you want us to be truthful with you, Effendi. All right then, and then I remove my veil, revealing my skeleton my full face.
Where's your god now?
Okay.
And, like I get like Devin, like, do you want this to be an intimidation check?
You can try.
I don't know.
I mean, it's a conscious decision to like let him see my face and like I'm not.
Yeah, I know you're not trying to.
I'm not like trying to freak him out, but like he'll probably be freaked out.
Yeah.
He isn't.
So no intimidation check.
I mean, yeah. Oh well. Yes. I'm sorry. You have to roll against what I rolled. So sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. What's 18?
Nope. He sort of looks bored. Actually, he's like, you realize this is the biggest college of necromancy in the country, right?
Yes, but how many skeletons do you see as finally dressed as I am?
You'd be surprised.
Well, I guess some people like to play dolls.
Hey, look,
Okay, so he's gonna do something.
I'll just say it. We were forced.
Okay, but we gotta address what Zach tried to do. So he actually so he slowly gets up from his throne and starts to walk towards you off his like dais or whatever. And what? Hold on. Okay.
Bathroom.
Yeah. He's like, "Are you trying to intimidate me?"
But whether you were intimidated or not was your reaction. I'm just being honest with you.
Then okay, that's fair. And he says, "Well, let me be honest with you." And then he starts to walk towards you, and then the next thing you know, he is in front of you. And it takes about a second to clear about, let's say, 100 feet.
Impressive.
Thank you. I have known Reich for it feels like millennia at this point, but it's probably only been
I know that feeling.
700, right? It's probably only actually been 700 years. So,
Man, a lot of old timers in this room.
yeah, I know, right? So let me, and I'll even grant you this. I have seen him recently. I've seen him very recently.
Oh boy.
I just need to know from you okay, you don't know why you're looking for him. I get that, sure. What's your end game then, let's say? But when he is found, what do you hope to do?
Well,
Come on,
Kinda
tell
what
him.
we-
He
from what
likes
we've
you the
heard-
best.
From what we've heard, he sounds like a very dangerous individual, and something needs to be done about that.
And he sort of thinks about that for a second, and then turns back to his chair. And he says, "That's apt. That is."
Are you okay if you say? Do you think that this person is a problem?
Oh, from time to time, sure, but from time
Would
to
your
time,
burden be lessened if this person weren't per se like around or like in if he's in custody?
and he finally gets chair and he says, "If this person were no longer around to bother me, I'm sure I would find it far. It would be less irritating from day to
Okay.
day. Certainly,
We're trying to deal with this person.
okay.
And like dead or alive are where our options that we were given. We don't know who these people were, but that's what they told us.
Dead. Okay.
They seem to not care
I
about.
speak when he says I speak like yeah. Those tend to be the two options for situations. Tend to.
10-2, right?
So I don't know. Everybody else seems to know way more about this dude than we do. So
And he thinks about that. Well, you're not from Baygate. I can see that. If you were looking for them, they probably would have at least told you something. You're not wearing those garish cloaks either.
No.
So
I'll say like, is it possible that whoever our contractors or whatever is the term we use like whoever has contracted us about this is willfully making us willfully ignorant as for our benefit.
he thinks about that too. I mean, hold on, what? Thank you. That's super helpful, Raul. He thinks they might be. They certainly might be. But let me try to think about this. I mean, are they sending you to kill him?
That's an option.
yeah,
If they're doing that, then I imagine they are quite intentionally keeping you out of the loop.
yeah. They seem to they didn't really like go into detail like what his abilities are, or why they just couldn't do it themselves.
And
but I assume that the reason they can't do it by themselves is literally because they can't do it.
right. And the Duke sits there for a second, and he sort of sighs, like, "Well, if your bosses aren't going to help you, then maybe what I can do is fill in the blanks where they left out."
Okay.
And he puts his hands together on his lap. He says, "Where to start?" Like I said, I've probably known Reich for 700 years at this point.
Ugh.
He was someone I knew when I was still, and he thinks about the right word, like you, Datura. Alive is such a, and he thinks about it more, such a vague term. But I guess for all intents and purposes, when I was alive. Reich was someone I knew back then. And back then, my father, the old Duke, told me to. My Duke before me, said, "Don't associate with that man. He's only trouble. He's only danger. It's all he can bring." And I was young at the time. I scoffed and let him off. So I started to ask about this Reich fellow, and I heard stories of what he can do. What he has the ability to, if the stories are true, move mountains with his own with the thought, to summon demons from the darkest pits of Acheron, to talk to angels and get them to come help him out. It's some of the stories are conflicting, but the only sense I got from it is that this man is not one to be trifled with. So of course, 25-year-old Duke me has to go find out about this guy, right? And he has gotten more cordial in his tone. Like, this isn't just me. So I went to go look for him myself. I just feel like I had to know something. If I was going to rule this country one day and this man, or this dukedom one day, and this man was a part of it, I felt like I should know about any possible threats to it. That's when I found him fighting a den of vampires that I did not know were there. Maybe my father did, and he just wanted to keep me out of it. But I followed him to this mansion on the outskirts of my dukedom in this dark, dark forest. And because I thought he lived there, I wanted to end him myself because he sounded like a threat to my future prospects. So I came across this manor, this old abandoned manor, and I could see parts of this mansion being blown out from the inside and corpses flown from it and just disintegrate in the air. I saw blood stain at least a dozen windows while I just sat there in the bushes and watched.
Shark Week, am I right?
And I could just hear like humans screaming and growling coming from inside, and then it would just stop. And then I'd hear it again, and then I'd hear it again, and it would stop every time. And it just seems to progress further and further upwards until finally something flew out of it. And I didn't know this at the time, but they just seemed to levitate out of it and be casting spells at something below them. And this flying creature got knocked back away from his mansion, but it just forced back away from it, right next to where I was laying. And it was a vampire. Let's be honest here. A powerful one, I found out.
So those exist.
He was, well, yes, hi. Context clues. Hello. He was 200 yards away, and before I knew it, he was next to me, and he bit me. And I could feel my life force draining away. I could feel this thing sucking life out of me, going to turn me undead forever. And then it stopped. And I felt like I was on fire. And then heard the loudest keening scream next to my ear. And it's sort of snapping back into consciousness. When I looked, I wasn't on fire. The vampire was. And I just saw this man standing beside him with his hands up in a garish orange robe with jewels festooned on it. And those bright blue eyes, black hair. He just had his hands up, and that thing was on fire and just disintegrating in front of me. And I collapsed. The next thing I knew, I was in my room with 2 bite marks in my neck. And my father said, we can't tell anyone about this. And Reich was in the room and he said, I can help. So he did. I don't know what he did. He just put his hands on my head, and I went back to sleep. And when I woke up the next morning, the light from the sun came into my room and hit me right in the face. I still felt so powerful, though. Like it didn't take, but it did. You know? And he sort of like lost in thought thinking about this. I don't know what he did, but like that's why I started this college 600 years ago. I just want to know, is this what's happened to me? Can I use this, what happened to me, to cure other people that could have been in the position I was almost in? And of course, he would show up every once in a while to see how I'm doing, but he had the smuggest look on his face every time. Like, you know what I did, you know what I know. So that's right. That's what he's capable of.
Ugh.
The last time I saw him was a week ago. He
Where
came
at?
in where you're standing right there. He walked right in the front door and no one stopped him.
Are you enthralled to him?
No, I don't think.
Okay.
But no, he thinks he just has this presence. He just walks in like he like people felt like maybe he was the Uber Duke, the Duke above me that just he could walk in and talk to me whenever he wanted. Just walked in and checked to see how I was doing. I asked him how his travels go because he's doing something. I'm not sure what myself. To be honest with you, and he thinks about it. He explained it to me, but he said he would be going up far to the north in a town. Oh God, where's my map?
Called Riverdale.
Gotham City.
A town called Gotham.
North Pole.
We'll keep that for now.
Justice.
It's a town called Gotham in the far north of the continent.
I mean, come on, at least rearrange the letters or something.
Go Tam.
Gotham.
Gotham. Go Tam. I'll think of a better city name next time.
Welcome to Gotham. We know.
So that's where he's
Welcome
going.
to Gotham, famous for chicken.
He left 3 days ago. So if you were going to be on the lookout for him, I don't need him anymore. Hell, he doesn't do anything to seem to keep this curse, whatever it is, up. A blessing, really. But if you're going to try to kill him, good luck. It would certainly make my day-to-day easier if he doesn't come and interrupt whenever he feels like it while I'm trying to do ducal duties.
Duke duty.
Dookie.
Dookie.
All right. So do the standard myths about vampire weaknesses I've heard work?
On him?
I mean,
Or are you just asking in general?
I mean, on him, to use on him.
I mean, he said he had sunlight in his face and it didn't seem to bother him.
No, great.
So you don't know that. I won't say. Give me some of them.
Okay, so sorry, I missed a big chunk of this. So Download is pretty much that Reich is a vampire.
Reich. Well, no, the Duke almost turned into a vampire, and Reich stopped it right before he got the weakness to sunlight, I guess.
So the Duke is a vampire.
Yes. He's more like Blade.
The Daywalker.
He's a Daywalker.
I was thinking.
Yeah, you got that, man.
I was thinking about it when I was describing it, and I was like, "This is just Blade," but no, and also Reich.
I skate uphill.
Reich was here 3 days ago. He left to go far up north.
Okay.
That's what you missed.
All right. Cool. I'm good.
Okay. And the Duke says, "If you're going to try to apprehend him or kill him, be my guest. More luck to you, I guess."
He's not if he shows up after we leave, you're not gonna tell him or be forced to tell him, right? He can't force you to tell him information.
I'm not forced to tell him a thing, and I'm really not obligated to tell him anything either.
Okay, because you can see where that would kind of fuck us if he knew.
It would. You're right. I mean, if I were, could you stop me?
Why did you have to say that? I was kind of liking you.
I won't tell Reich that 4 more adventurers or whatever the hell you think you are looking for him again. He's been through this song and dance many times before.
I was gonna say, if anything, with the way this guy's been described, he'll welcome like our arrival.
He might. Reich. Anything about it. Reich makes friends, whether they know it or not. He might be in the need for some new friends. Maybe he'll be ecstatic more people are trying to see him. Maybe he'll think you're interesting.
Does he make friends or does he make toys?
And the Duke thinks about that. That's a fair question, actually. I mean, he goes out of his way to protect them sometimes.
I mean,
So
yeah,
who
no
knows?
no child wants their toys to be broken.
Yeah. Maybe he'll think you're a fun toy then. The alternative, if he finds out you're looking for him, is probably a lot worse.
Yes.
But if you're just trying to find him, he's in the north in Gotham. There, are you happy? Gotham, is that good? I switched the T and the H around.
Sure.
And then the Duke goes, "Is that all?"
Yeah. Thanks for your time.
He sort of dismissively waves you out.
Bows
Like-
and says, "My liege."
Like before, while everyone else is leaving, I stay a bit behind. Like that, just like have a one-on-one with the Duke.
Okay.
And it's like, so you say you've been this way for 700 years.
He says, yes.
Took you a bit to count that, huh?
I mean that it's probably an estimate. It's probably closer to 710 at this point. You lose count, right?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. I feel like he would like you because you seem to have been.
Like, so I really like so, but you could still eat the
Yes.
eat the finest roasted meats and then shit that out a few hours later, right?
He thinks I could. I could certainly.
Right.
Yes. And he thinks, but he's like, I mean, come on.
You can still experience the pleasures of life.
Yes.
Well, that's fine. That's all fine.
Oh,
Like, I mean, let me ask this, Duke. Like, how many of your children's funerals have you attended?
Oh, wow. He looks you dead in the eye and says 127.
well,
How many grandchildren's funerals?
243.
Yeah, and I assume that those numbers go on and on.
Oh,
Thankfully, I was unmarried when this happened to me, so I don't. I still made a lot of friends and acquaintances. They fade.
are you sure you were married?
That's a good question.
Not that it matters now.
Not that it matters now.
Oh, I wish.
That's the real shit about this, ain't it? Like,
Yeah.
you could be.
You lose track.
You could
of
be
so
like
much.
me, and you could be like, yeah. You could be like me, and like just be all like stark white and like not be able to taste a fine wine or anything. But or you could be like you seem pretty good for your age, and like I'm pretty sure like everyone else gives you plenty of compliments. But it's not that's not really the problem with it. It's not what happens to you. It will happen to those around you. And you just have to keep moving on. You can't join them in whatever happens after.
He thinks about that, and he says, "From what Reich has told me, I'm not sure if I'd want to.
I mean,
Is there anything else?" Go ahead. You were gonna
Yeah,
say something.
I was like, well, for Reich just seems to exist only for Reich. That's all. Like I, at least to a point, existed for others. I assume you do too, as the Duke, as the one in charge of so many lives.
Of course.
So so just take that to heart. Like, you do what you can for whoever you can for as long as you can.
Yeah. He says like I took that at heart probably 125 of my children's deaths ago. But I thank you for your words. I thank you for your understanding. I'd like to be alone now.
Hey, Devin.
Yep.
As you wish, Effendi.
And this, I kind of, because the other told me to keep an eye on him. I wanted to roll perception, see if I could stay by the door and listen to this whole conversation.
I imagine you were all still there because the guards weren't gonna wait for him, in particular.
I thought Zach said while everyone until everyone leaves.
I mean, the guards would have again you would be outside the door waiting for him, right? I feel like I feel like they wouldn't have a problem with you guys just waiting for Zach to get done or for Ahmad to get done.
Hear all this.
Yes. Well, roll for perception. Probably they're not whispering, so.
I got a 14 plus 7.
Yeah, you heard it. You heard all this.
Sweet.
Okay. And I'm gonna just say so to everyone else, just to keep it in fiction. I mean, they already know you're a skeleton. I don't think anything would shock them at this point that you've been around forever. And now we know the Duke is. I was trying to get to that in the actual the first crit for friendship that the Duke's actually a vampire.
We knew that he was able to do that some weird shit.
Yeah.
Before.
Right. But. Also, yeah. But anyway, so he. Yeah.
I said as you wish, Effendi, and give him a respectful bow and leave.
Okay. And he go meet all your new travel buddies. I don't know if y'all are friends yet.
I also make sure to replace the veil over my face so in front of other people.
Right, as you're leaving, sure. The guards too don't seem particularly perturbed, but then you notice the guards in his room did not move an iota the entire time you were there. It didn't even look like they were breathing. But yep. So the guard captain, if you remember Carlos, he called him, is waiting for you at the door, and he leads you out, and he says, "Well, for better or worse, y'all seem to have made quite the impression on him." And he looks at you, and mine's seems like you.
We have some things in common.
Yeah, because you're both. Yeah. And he sort of whispers, "Are you like a vampire too?" Because he hasn't seen you with his veil now.
Look at that. I retake down my veil and go, "Do you think?"
you just to see your skeletons. Oh my god, this town's so fucking cool. Now he's 37. He's seen stuff like this before. He's like, God, this town gets more nuts every day. I swear to God. I swear to the gods. And he leads you back to
We're all weird.
He leads you back to your inn and says, well, this is where I leave you for the night.
Well, this is me.
Oh, this is me, yeah. He awkwardly goes in for a kiss. No. To all four of you, he awkwardly goes in for a kiss.
I don't got any lips, so...
No, fine. Well, anyway,
Yeah.
no, he takes what's just he's like, so, we were gonna reimburse you if the Duke is gonna kick you out, but, And he sort of looks like, here, and he's just like, he gives Victoria 40 gold and says, this is for the rooms. Normally, the Duke would have you stay in his own lodging if you're looking for that right guy, but we're kind of full up right now as we are, so sorry you can't stay in the palace. But yeah. I have, and he sort of looks at like a pocket watch. He says, I definitely have an appointment to meet, so I got to go clock out and go meet that sweet, sweet appointment. Okay, don't cause any trouble. And he just sort of like, all right, peace.
I like as he's walking away, I want to make sure that I play like some sort of like a sexy chord on my oud, like just like.
And he puts his hand up like thumbs up as he's walking away. Like, you got it. You go back in, and the bartender is surprised to see you. And he looks at you and goes, they're still empty if you want to go back.
And I just look at him and be like, told you to be back.
Like, yeah, you did. Thanks
Yeah.
for the money. You were right. It wasn't a bet or anything, so thank you. I just saw that, David. Do we want to end like just tonight, or do we want to end it with the fight? We haven't had a fight in a long time.
Well, I was gonna say like, is there a situation for a fight?
Yeah,
Like, bam,
like,
now you're fighting
I mean-
the beds.
There is.
I feel like we would have
There
to
is,
like.
but I want to know if you guys want to end this with the fight, because I feel like all of our old ones ended with the fight, and I don't
We
want to fall
can
into a
wait.
pattern.
until
I
we
mean, like,
fight
we've
everybody.
been playing for like 3 hours by now, and like, how long do you think the fight will take?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
We
we.
can-
Oh my God, we got through a session that didn't end in a fight. Good job, guys. This is a brand. This is a brand again. Cycle
It's a
2,
red
boys in
letter
the dungeon.
day.
Cycle 2, boys in the dungeon. Everyone switched up. Oh my. Okay, this has been Crit for Friendship. I've been your host and DM, Devin Kaler. These have been my players, David Dickerson,
Seth. Steve. Yes.
Jordan Rodkey,
Deter of the Grave Sands.
Raul Contreras,
Seinfeld isn't sexy.
Zach Sherbina.
By the laws of aerodynamics or whatever, it is impossible for a bee to fly.
He
Sure.
just took us all to the bone zone.
Okay.
Good night, everybody.
That's it. Good night.
A terrible joke it is.